Buffalo in set 3-1. So between that and a pretty dynamic Chiefs and Ravens game going back and forth, which some said there may have been overtime, I think John Harbaugh would have went for 2.
If Isaiah Likely's big toe was in.
Yep. And Pat Mahomes' advice to him was to wear white shoes. Make it a little tougher.
That's good advice.
I'll say this, like Lamar Jackson, how many years has he been playing? You think like 6, 7?
Yeah.
6?
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting older. At some point, he will start to slow down. He is still the fastest dude on the field.
Holy smokes, man.
I told my son, like, check that because, the receiver from Boston College, Zay Jones.
Yeah, Zay Jones.
He might be faster. And
Xavier Worthy might be faster.
Well, Xavier Worthy's pretty fast, too.
Man.
And that's why I go, you know how hard it is to look fast on an NFL field? And my son goes, what do you mean? I go, because everybody's really fast.
This is his start of his seventh year.
So in his 7th year. I mean, he's still not that old. What is he, probably 27, 28?
Somewhere around there.
But yeah, I mean, he can fly, man. And then Zay Jones can fly. Xavier Worthy also very fast. I mean, gosh, look at the play right here, Beam. Throwing it. Oh, catch it. Pushed out.
Caught it. Touchdown.
Got the back
zeros on the
foot.
clock. Except his big toe is out.
Gosh.
That's 2 pretty dynamic football teams right there.
It is.
I know I haven't watched an NFL game since the Super Bowl. I watched a little bit of preseason. Those guys are moving in hyperspeed.
Gosh, it's just so much different and cleaner than the college game.
It is.
Although you
totally
did get about a million illegal procedures last night. You got to get the thing. They must have told them before the game.
They had to make a huge point of emphasis on that because the first drive, the Ravens had 3, 2 on Ronnie Staley and then 1 on their right tackle. And then I'm pretty sure they called their wide receiver for 1, too. I think they called Zay for 1 for being illegally in the backfield, or maybe it was Rashad Bateman. But anyway,
it was on Bateman.
Yeah,
but to get them on the line of scrimmage, and that must be a point of emphasis this year for the tackles. So we'll see how that goes. If that's something that carries over into Week 1, I guarantee.
John Harbaugh hopes it does.
Yeah.
Man.
Here's the thing: they're the guinea pigs, so everybody else watched it. The other 30 teams, I guarantee you, in their Friday morning meeting today, hey. I know we all watch Thursday Night Football. Tackles, get your butt on the line of scrimmage. Receivers, get your head up on there. Like, make sure that you guys are all legal every play because they're going to call it. They are not going to let this slide. So make sure your TCB taking care of business because those are penalties of lack of concentration.
Yeah, mental mistake.
It takes no talent. Like when you get holdings, pass interference, stuff, Parcells always said it's either because you're not good enough to keep up or you have poor technique. So you're beat athletically or you're lazy in your technique. This is just laziness of the mind. Mm-hmm. It doesn't even take any ability.
Well, I mean,
I could get my second grade son to get out there and line up on the line.
How long's Ronnie Stanley been in the league? 6 years, 5 years or so?
And he's a really good player.
He's a terrific player. Like he's probably been doing that his entire career. It's such a hard thing to adjust to.
There was one time I actually saw him. He was like ahead of the guard then.
I saw it too.
I'm like, this dude.
Wait a minute. He's in line with the center. You could call him for like starting the play offside.
It's just because those guys creep back. Why do they do it? They want to do it to get an advantage. I get it.
They want that little quarter drop step. Yeah. Every quarter of second, tenth of a second matters, especially when those guys are flying around. So, yeah, great NFL game. I'll break it down a little bit more a little later on here in the program. We got an awesome show lined up for you here this morning. Ryan Day having his coach's show yesterday. You're going to hear from him coming up here in our next segment. Lee Sterling at ParamountSports.com. He's going to join the program.
Oh, boy.
He'll guide us through all the chalk this weekend through college football and the NFL. 7 o'clock hour, do a little NFL preview from a Browns and Bengals perspective. Austin Ward, he's going to join the program coming up here at 7:35. And then AJ Hawk, he's going to join us at 8:35. Before we get into anything else today, it is Friday, the 6th day of September, 2024. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Bobo, what do you got lined up for us this morning, buddy?
Oh, goodness. It is September 6th, the 250th day of the year, 116 remaining, Beam, and the sun will not rise. We will not be seeing it before 7 o'clock anymore.
Ever again.
No, not ever again, but until like March. And that sounds terrible at this point. This date, 1901, United States President William McKinley is assassinated at the Pan American Expo in Buffalo, New York. Who was he assassinated by, Shark?
Leon Kohlscholz.
Yeah, I couldn't pronounce his last name. I thought you would nail that. What president was Mr. McKinley?
Oh, he was about, let's see, he came right before Teddy. He must have been about 26.
25. Close. It's all right, Shark. Long may you reign. Then this day, 1995.
You know where he's from, Shark?
Who?
McKinley.
Yes, Canton,
all right.
Ohio.
I was just asking, making sure you were.
Hence the Canton-McKinley beat.
That's correct, Bob.
This day, 1995. Cal Ripken Jr. plays his 2,131st game, breaking a 56-year record held by Lou Gehrig for consecutive.
Are you done?
Yeah, let's go.
We are back at Oriole Park in Camden Yards. Just a little note. The ovation for Ripken, 22 minutes and 15 seconds.
When the game numbers on the warehouse changed during the fifth innings over the past several weeks, the fans in this ballpark responded incredibly. I just didn't know what to do. Tonight, I want to make sure you know how I feel. I not only had dreams of being a big league ball player, but also of being a Baltimore Oriole.
Is he from Baltimore or something?
Yeah, his father, Cal Sr., was a long-time Baltimore coach.
Right.
So Cal, he was born and raised and drafted by the Orioles.
Missed this in 1972. 9 Israeli athletes. I forgot about this. Was atrocious. 9 Israeli athletes and 1 German police officer are slain by a Pakistani terrorist. That was at the Olympics. Really, really rough situation there, Beam. Was that in Germany?
Yes, it was in Munich and in 72, and they just kept going on with the games the next day.
Yeah. Well, there was stuff that happened the day before even as well, but just not as much.
Yeah, well, Mark Spitz, who is Jewish, I
didn't know that.
Yeah, the swimming events had already taken place, so he was already back in America. Thank goodness.
Oh, that's brutal. They say hanging out after your event, Shark, is where all the fun happens at the Olympics. At least that's what I've been told. Also in 1995, Eddie Murray hits his 500th career home run.
That was actually in 96.
96? I'm sorry.
95, he was with the Indians. And then they got rid of him at the trade deadline, so he ended up hitting this one, number 500, for the Orioles.
Eddie Murray walked his first time up against Felipe Lira, then reached on a fielder's choice in the fourth as he hit the ball real hard. And the shortstop, Travis Fryman, made a great play to flag it down and get the force play at second. Eddie sends one to deep right field. Way back, and there is number 500 for Eddie Murray. A very public moment for a very private man, Eddie Murray, with his 500th career home run. He also joins Hank Aaron and Willie Mays as the only players in history with 3,000 hits and 500 career homers.
That any good? It's a pretty good list.
Are Bonita Fish big? Sounds good. Some birthdays today. We've got Charles Foley, the co-creator of Twister, born this day, 1930. Jane Curtin turning 77 of SNL and Third Rock fame.
And now, Weekend Update with Jane Curtin.
My favorite.
Before I begin my regular news broadcast tonight, I would like to read you a letter. Dear Jane Curtin, I certainly miss Chevy. He is real sexy. Would you please send me his photograph? I've been getting letters about News Update lately with phrases like going downhill and just plain boring. You see, I just assumed that it was responsible journalism you wanted, not sex. I gave you more credit than that, but I was wrong. What can I say besides, try these on for size, Connie Chunk?
She rips open her blouse. That was great.
That's fantastic. I was hoping to maybe get some Dan Aykroyd in there with her.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
That's so great. Jeff Foxworthy, funny guy, turning 66. Kevin Willis, longtime NBAer, turning 62. Ryan Shazier, Ohio State Buckeye, turning 32 today. Some passings. 1990, lost Tom Fogarty as CCR. Lost Burt Reynolds in 2018. Yeah, it's tough. I wanted to get
Turd Ferguson.
Yes. I wanted to get Norm Macdonald playing Burt Reynolds. R.I.P. to both of them.
Therapist.
Turd Ferguson is the best. Them sitting there chewing the gum. So tremendous.
Rest in peace, Norm, too.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dude playing a dude, playing another dude. Both of those dudes are gone now. Lou Brock, the Hall of Fame major leaguer, passed away in 2020. But Cleveland, try to show some sense of mourning. 12 years ago today, Shark, we lost one of your heroes. The man, the myth, the Modell, Art Modell, in 2012.
A Browns fan visited Druid Ridge Cemetery to go to the bathroom on Art Modell's grave. Without Art Modell, we wouldn't have football here. 2 Super Bowls. He left Cleveland with a new stadium, their colors, their uniforms. We lost all of that in the middle of the night. Art Modell donated so much of this city, building the model franchise. So for this guy to do this and to record it and put it on YouTube, maybe this dog pounder needs to be housebroken. Listen to what this guy had to say on YouTube. Listen.
You know, Art, when you and Honey tried to kill the Cleveland Brownie, didn't do so good. The Browns fans wouldn't let you.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. Art Modell, may you rest in peace.
How about that?
Shark, that kind of sounded like you.
Shark, who are your biggest traders in the world?
Benedict Arnold.
Brutus. Judas. And Art.
Judas, yes.
Put it on the fan poll.
Put it on a shirt.
Put it on a shirt. Put it on the fan poll.
We'll run that idea up the ladder.
Every year. Some holidays observances. It's Barbie Doll Day. Fight Procrastination Day. How about that? National 401 Keg Day, 401k Day, which is the first Friday after Labor Day. National Coffee Ice Cream Day.
Ooh, that's Shark's favorite.
Is it?
It's the only thing I ever eat when it comes to ice cream.
Okay.
It's got a low caffeine in it. I had some the other night, couldn't sleep.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a bummer, babe.
Mm-hmm.
You're a coffee drinker. Come on.
Yeah, at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't have anything else.
AJ,
the rest
Are you
of the day.
serious?
Yes.
You had coffee, ice cream, and you couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
AJ will have coffee like at 10 o'clock when we're leaving dinner.
It's crazy.
I mean, and then he'll be sleeping in the car on the way home. And what's amazing, he's the one driving. Also, we have...
It's just so dark. These sunglasses are so dark.
Lazy Mom's Day and Read a Book Day. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, September 6th, 250th day of the year, 116 days remaining this 2024.
Good job on that, Bob, as always. What does Ryan Day want to see from his guys in the Week 2 matchup against Western Michigan? You're going to hear from him coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are watching one crash on the ramp from 33 eastbound to 270 southbound. We've got crews blocking some lanes on that ramp as they work to clear this up. Watch for that on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, your pilot hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Men, you already know that as we age, low testosterone can cause many issues, including decreased energy, bad sleep, a lower sex drive, and more. And if you're like most men, getting treated for low T can truly change your life. But it's also important where you get treated, because your health matters, and a quality medical practice that has true expertise in men's sexual health can help you get the best outcome. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leader in treating low T and other men's sexual health issues in the area. And if you're feeling like I just described and haven't yet sought treatment, or if you're not satisfied with the treatment you're currently receiving, I'd invite you to call us. At Tri-State Men's Health, our expertise is men's sexual health. It's all we do. We've successfully treated thousands of men for low T, and we offer a true 5-star experience that is like no other. If you're like most men, you'll be astounded at our service and at the results of our treatments. So make an appointment today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
This week, find hot deals in one stop at Meijer. Shop select bulk apples for $1.49 per pound. Fresh from Meijer family pack chicken thighs for $1.29 per pound. And select General Mills cereal for $1.99. Plus, earn M-Perks points every time you shop for groceries, apparel, and at the pump. You even earn points at the Meijer Pharmacy. So schedule your flu shot today. Available now. Meijer has all you need in just one stop. And the same low Meijer prices in-store and online. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Save big money on supplies for your next project at Menards. From dust protection to heavy-duty construction projects, Polar Plastics has a fitting solution for you. Get a 10-foot by 25-foot roll of all-purpose plastic sheeting on sale now through September 8th. Save big on Polar Plastics products at Menards, America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction according to J.D. Power. Visit jdpower.com for details and menards.com for deals.
Save big money at Menards.
If you miss a little, you'll miss a lot. Search for your favorite fan shows wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe. Every episode comes right to your phone absolutely free. Modern technology, it's a hell of a thing. Do it now. The Fan.
Who does Joe Biden have to thank for backing his extreme liberal agenda?
I want to thank my buddy Sherrod Brown.
Sherrod Brown backed Biden, voting to let transgender biological men participate in women's sports, and supported allowing puberty blockers and even sex change surgeries for minor children.
My buddy Sherrod Brown.
And Brown backed Bidenomics, reckless Washington spending and inflation causing prices to soar, groceries up 22%, electricity up 32%, gas up 50%. The Brown-Biden price increases are smothering hardworking Ohio families. Their extreme liberal policies are hurting Ohio. And who's to thank for this mess?
I want to thank my buddy Sherrod Brown.
Biden's buddy, Sherrod Brown. Way too liberal for Ohio. Vote no. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Healthcare.gov is here for you when life happens. If you lost your health coverage because of turning 26, going off Medicaid, leaving your job, or moving, you could be eligible to enroll in new coverage now. And if you need to update your coverage because of marriage or having a baby, you could also be eligible. But don't wait. There's a limited time to enroll. Check your eligibility at healthcare.gov today. Life happens. Get covered. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today we are looking at temperatures climbing up to around 87, late day showers possible. Heading into tonight, looking at clear skies, low 55, clear on your Saturday with a high of 70. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hash browns and smackdowns. You're listening to Morning Juice.
All right, game number 1 in the books in the NFL last night. Chiefs taking care of the Ravens at home. Really close. Isaiah Likely, 1 inch out of bounds in the last play of the game. That means on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, they've all got a special offer to kick us all off. Now through September 22nd. That is rapidly approaching, folks. That is, 2 weeks away from today? 16 days away. All FanDuel customers, you can bet $5 and get a 3 free week trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. And then with a YouTube TV base plan, you're going to be able to watch every single regular season Sunday afternoon out-of-market game. Get that quad box going, Bob. We got 8 games in the 1 o'clock window. If you got 2 TVs, you can even get the mythical Octo Box going. All you need is a Google account and a current form of payment, and you can cancel anytime.
It's fantastic. It's pretty simple to do. All you got to go is to FanDuel.com/juice and download America's #1 sportsbook, which is where you should be going anyway. It's where Beam and I go because it's the best. Must be 21 older and present in Ohio. Full price of NFL Sunday Ticket will be automatically charged seasonally after free trial. No refunds, terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yeah, Lee Sterling coming up here in our next segment as well. Going to guide us through the chalk weekend.
You took the Chiefs yesterday, didn't you?
I took the Ravens. I took the Ravens outright.
And I took the Chiefs.
Yeah, 1-0.
Yes.
Like Joe Moorhead, take the picture on the scoreboard, Bob. Akron up 3-0 on the Buckeyes.
That's right, 100%.
And I think our tiebreaker was total first downs, and Bob won that.
Yes.
If we get to a tiebreaker, Bob, don't start celebrating yet.
Come on, Leon Lett. You're not in the end zone quite yet. So Ryan Day having his coaching show. Yes, coach's show. Coaching show? Coach's show.
Coaching of how to coach the Buckeyes.
Yeah, how to coach the Buckeyes. It's just a Q&A with Ryan Day every week about that.
James opened the show for him. I was walking out yesterday. He was walking over there. You leading in for Ryan today? You the undercard?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
All right. I love that. So Ryan Day yesterday on his coach's show. Always room to improve here in week number 2.
For me, I still want, zero mistakes, zero penalties, zero pre-snap procedures, those type of things. So, those are the things that, irritate you, and you got to clean up because we want to be really, really clean. So, we got no tolerance for that kind of, those mistakes. Let's see the pre-snap stuff. If it's an effort thing, Davidson first snap, he's all, jacked up. Do I think he should have come at him, like that late? No. Do I think he should have, even been in that situation? No. He's going really, really hard. He's got to be smart. He's got to be disciplined. But it's the procedural stuff that drives you insane. So, overall, it was okay, but we all can be better.
Yeah, last year, Bob.
Somebody called John Harbaugh about all those things.
Oh, yeah.
It's the little things, the procedural stuff, the preset penalties. As I'm listening to that, I'm thinking, I can't even imagine what he was thinking. Because Ryan probably saw a little bit of this, watched some of the highlights. And I bet he heard it. I guarantee they're going to address it with the team. Guys, this is how you get beat right here. When you're playing a team, two teams that are equal, those are the differences in the game. We look at the inch on the toe late in the game being the difference. Going from a 2nd and 2 to a 2nd and 7, that is the difference you may need early in the game, and you don't even think about it at that point in time.
Yeah, absolutely you don't. I mean, especially, too, if it's a possession killer, Bob, and we know possession win ball games. You're exactly right. I mean, last night I think was a pretty glowing example of that and how every play determines that. And the procedure penalties, Ohio State was pretty good with penalties last week, Bob, 7 for 45. I remember the IGB penalty, and I can't really remember what else happened. I don't know if there was a holding call in there. Anyways, the penalties to me, I think were okay. But to Ryan Day's point, I mean, it was 7 for 45 yards, big 15-yarder on IGB, so 6 for 30. So that would equal out 6 penalties for 5 yards a pop right there, which means procedure penalties.
Yeah, I mean, that's the stuff that you're going to have. And those are the things you can eliminate that, Ryan, now that he's not calling plays, as a head coach, you can lean into a lot more. Because if you're calling plays, yeah, you want to get it correct, and that's a big deal. But you always have to worry about the next play. You're trying to get some corrections and schemes and different things to change up in between the next series or the next play. Now that you're the head coach and you get to just be the head coach, it's a little different paradigm than you get to live in.
Yeah, so to your point about not calling plays, Ryan Day has said this basically all week. After the first game, so it's freed him up a lot on the sidelines.
Having an opportunity to really have your eyes off the call sheet and kind of up and just seeing it all is different. More involved with special teams, more involved just, with everybody across the board, looking guys in the eye, getting a feel for how guys are, and making sure the substitution patterns are clean in both or all 3 phases. Having an opportunity to grab the tablet in between and kind of look at things in all 3 phases. So, and then just getting your thoughts together in terms of game management, eyes on the clock. If it's inside of 15 seconds, I think, again, the coordinators need to know when that thing's about to shut off, and then it needs to go to signaling, where you are in the game, down in distance, those type of things, just, involved with the management of the game overall.
It does seem like a pretty good year for him to kind of cut the cord on the play calling, because there have been a lot of changes from the actual play calling aspect.
Well, they've got the helmet communication. Yep. There's the, quote, 2-minute timeout now. There's just different structural things.
Warning.
Yeah, that
2-minute warning.
NFL's warning. This is a timeout.
Mm-hmm.
Different beam.
It's like a bye week versus an off week.
Yeah, those are far different things.
Yeah,
far different things. An off week is a vacation. A bye week is simply a week without a game.
Correct.
So those may be different. I'm not sure. So trying to figure that out. There's more things structurally that have to go on. And as a coach, you can lean in on special teams a little bit more. They changed up the coaching staff, obviously, without having a specialized special teams coordinator now. So it's a little bit different than maybe how it's been. So he's leaned in a little more on that. That's some of the stuff that Tress did. And so his conversations with Tress, I think, have helped him with this and just understanding what to do and how to kind of go about those operations. Because if you're used to doing something and being in this, well, then how do you parcel out your time now that you don't have to do that. Like it's a decision unto itself that you have to make as well.
How about the defense? Really good in week number 1. Obviously showed their vice grip ability and then their big play ability, Bob, forcing 3 turnovers against Akron. What does Ryan Day want to see from the Silver Bullet defense here tomorrow evening?
When you get a lot of 3 and outs, you put pressure on the other team, and so, our guys always, that's their goal when they get out there. But, there's, if you had Jim Knowles who's got a list, 3 pages long of things we got to improve on. And, we do in all 3 phases. So, we want to continue to play really, really hard, and we also want to execute at a high level. But to say, there's 1 or 2 things that, our focus is, no, it's across the board. I mean, we got a long way to go on this thing, and that was just a start.
Yeah, I mean, when you looked at the Akron game, Bob, they weren't running the ball at all. 1.3 yards per rush and then 4.5 per pass. It's pretty good.
But there's technical things, like be perfect. It's the little things. Mm-hmm. On a thoughtful Thursday from our guy Tim Walton, it's the little things that make the big difference. And so that's he has a little poem / rap he reads after practice. The
haiku.
It's not a haiku. Tim puts way more time in it than that. But it's like the little things. Consistently doing the little things are what make it better. Because you could have went out there and slapped around and done similar things on defense to Akron. The things, though, of being perfect and trying and excelling and focusing, trying to work towards perfection, those are the things that when you play in a game like what you saw last night with the Ravens and Chiefs, 2 evenly matched opponents, those are the things that are going to ultimately rear their ugly head, and you don't want to slack on them and then have them all of a sudden matter when they matter most.
Or on the opposite side, it's going to help you win the football game.
Yeah.
When those moments become so small and you just do your job and you don't have any procedure penalties and you do the small things, it could end up between a loss and a win.
Blink-182 wrote a song about that.
All the small things?
They did.
Or First Date, because I like both of them.
Adam's song.
Now I'm going to go cry in a corner because that song is very sad. Lee Sterling.
Damn, it's a little more entertaining.
Lee Sterling at ParamountSports.com. He's going to guide us through our weekend full of football from a wagering standpoint coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
All right.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Just one crash right now on the ramp from 33 eastbound to 270 southbound on the southeast side. Watch for crews blocking lanes on that ramp as they work to clear that up. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stutterwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Buckeye Lake Marina, your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
Hey folks, Bobby Carpenter here. I picked up my brand new Toyota Tundra last week, and I absolutely love it. From my guy Marcello at Germain Toyota. And right now, you can lease the powerful Toyota Tundra SR5 for just $409 per month. That's 36 months, 10,000 miles per year. Built to handle tough jobs and thrilling journeys. The Toyota Tundra SR5 is the ultimate companion for work and play. These deals are rolling out fast, so don't wait. Visit Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road or online at germaintoyota.net. Offer ends soon. See dealer for details.
Football is all about winning, and so is the Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With 4 dealerships and a collision center, we've got everything you need to stay game day ready. Don't forget our Carvenience service, the most convenient way to service your vehicle. We pick it up, drop off a rental, and we bring it back to you when it's done. Plus, every vehicle comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. Hinderer Motor Company, where convenience and confidence meet. Visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
If your air conditioning or furnace stops working in the middle of the night, on a weekend, or over a holiday, there's no reason to wait to get it fixed. For 100 years, Atlas Butler has been here for your family. We're always open, we work on all furnace and air conditioner brands, and it's easy and convenient to request service. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better, just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years, and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on the fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and the Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
Integrity, honesty, and quality. Words we live by here at Monogram Homes. Hi, this is Dina. And at Monogram Homes, we strive to bring your wants to your man cave, your needs to your kitchen, and your ideas to life. Most home builders claim to be custom, but starting with stock floor plans and templates isn't our idea of a tailored experience. At Monogram Homes, we start with a blank slate and work with you until you get exactly what you want. So start your true custom home journey today with a builder you can trust. Monogram Homes. Visit us online at monogramhomes.net.
Excuse me, waiter. There's a hair in my soup. A long purple hair.
I'm so sorry. I'll get the manager.
I'm the manager. How can I help?
Wait, weren't you the Plum Insurance mascot?
What gave it away? My long purple fur?
Something like that.
What if all insurance companies were like NJM and were known for putting their policyholders first, not gimmicks? Then all those insurance mascots would have to get real jobs.
I'll pass on dessert.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Your local Rite Aid might be closing, but don't worry. It's easy to transfer your prescriptions with GoodRx. First, check prices at GoodRx.com or on our app. Then show your coupon to the pharmacist. It's that simple. GoodRx can save you up to 80% on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, GoodRx is free, and it works whether you have insurance or not. Download the app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. Feel great, Columbus.com. The Fan.
Beamer has a very punchable face, so Bobby punches it. This is Morning Juice.
Well, Football Friday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Hey, Monday at this time, Bill Bender of the Sporting News. He's going to join the program.
Oh, boy.
6:35. If you're listening now, you get a preview of the weekend with this guy coming up here momentarily. Then on Monday, Bill, he's going to react to everything coming off of the weekend. As we turn to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline, check with our great friend of Paramount Sports, ParamountSports.com. He is Lee Sterling. Lee, happy Football Friday to you. What a game we had last night in the NFL, huh? Pretty good season opener.
Oh, yeah. I mean, comes down to the last play. So the NFL couldn't have dialed it up any better.
No, they couldn't have. Maybe a little overtime, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure if they score that touchdown, John Harbaugh is likely going to go for two there and just try to end the game out at Arrowhead. All right, Lee, winning weekend last weekend. Awesome job. 3-2 on the week. Let's get started this weekend. It is a rather big one here for the Big Ten Conference. Big Ten going 17-1 last week. The lone loss coming last Thursday, and that was Minnesota losing on a doinked field goal at the very end to North Carolina. But let's get you started here. This game, I think a lot of people last year were excited for this, and I think doubly even more. Deion's kind of changed his strategy, talking about Matt Rule. Good one down in Lincoln. You got Nebraska and Colorado. Cornhuskers favored by a touchdown in that one, Lee.
Well, don't make a double-decker sandwich during any break in this game. This could be a really high-scoring game. Why do I say that? I think Nebraska has finally found their quarterback in Dylan Raiola. For some reason, only played him barely into the third quarter. I think he needs the experience. But Colorado might still have the best two players on the field in Shedeur Sanders, quarterback Deion's son, and Travis Hunter, who is just incredible. He played 117 of the 118 plays last week. I think the matchup here that I think gives Colorado a chance to win this game. And everyone's talking about Nebraska, revenge, that we have got the quarterback. I just think that their receivers, and obviously Travis Hunter's one of them, the other two are going to be Jimmy Horn Jr. and FAU transfer LaJohntay Wester. I think they're going to have a field day here on the Nebraska cornerback. So I think the wrong team's favored. This is going to be a game that just keeps scoring and scoring. Colorado outright 48-45.
Oh, taking the points. Yep. Take the money line.
And like the over, it sounds like. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. All right. We've got another one just adjacent out in the plains. The battle for the Cyhawk as Iowa takes on Iowa State. I think Iowa State has never beaten Iowa in Cedar Rapids or in Iowa City when they've been ranked. Lee, where are we going with that one?
A little slip there. Did you maybe date a girl from Cedar Rapids at one time, Bobby?
We would stay in Cedar Rapids when we'd play there. That's why.
Oh, okay. There we go. All right. So I actually, when I visit friends in Ames, I stay in a place called Colo's, a little secret, little hidden gem there. Here's a game where there's not going to be that many points, and I think we might have a hidden gem here. I think because the Iowa offense might be improving somewhat. Now, the last two games last year, they were goose-egged. They did score 40 points. I mean, the receivers still having trouble getting a little bit of separation. I think Iowa State's going to have to throw the ball on first down. I mean, they're going to have to get 5 to 8 yards. If they get in third and long, look out. That's where Iowa will come after you here. I just think that Iowa's defense and special teams, those are the two constants here. And, like I said, home field advantage, Iowa 23-17.
He is Lee Sterling of ParamountSports.com with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Head to the website, check out and see what he's got going on over there. Another big one in the Big Ten, Lee. This one, I was going to say prime time, but no, it is a noon affair. The Longhorns of Texas and Quinn Ewers traveling up to the reigning national champion Michigan Wolverines. That is Ann Arbor. That is noon tomorrow. Texas favored by 6.5 in this one on the road up in Michigan.
I think Michigan's going to lose 2, 3, maybe 4 times this year. So if you want to go against them, this is your first and maybe your best chance to get a good line. They're just telling you, they're begging you to play Michigan. Take the home underdog, you know. But I think both defenses are equal. The difference here is the offense. Texas, one of the best offenses. Michigan with quarterback Davis Warren. I think they're going to have trouble all season long here. Their 4 scoring drives last Saturday against Fresno State covered just 26 to 47 yards to 2 field goal drives, 2 touchdown drives. So I think that Texas's defense is going to lead to a couple takeaways here. So like I said, get on it early here. And also, people think of Texas being a great home team. They're actually better on the road. 7 straight non-conference road wins here. Texas, big, 28-14.
You surprised, Lee, that the line moved that much after it opened up?
No, the Sharps are on it. Trust me. They saw Davis Warren. He's a games manager.
Yeah, that's perfect. I like it. All right, we have the Buckeyes taking on Western Kentucky. Big spread, not as big as last week at 38, though.
Well, I think that Western Michigan is actually capable. Now, there's not a whole lot of great talent here. What's happening in the MAC, the best talent is going to other conferences, but they return 17 starters. Hayden Wolf probably not going to turn the ball over here. This is a team that just likes to hang around here. I mean, I think people maybe, sound the alarm too quick on Will Howard. It just takes time for these guys to feel acclimated with their teammates, get the timing down here. Buckeyes paying out a total $5.2 million to Akron, Western Michigan, and Marshall. So they're going to probably go an easy 3-0 before the Big Ten grind here. But probably following Michigan's formula last year, where Michigan went an underwhelming 0-3 in non-conference schedule, and against the spread here, they did win all 3 games, but just working things out. I think Ohio State wins 48-14. Western Michigan backdoor cover.
Yeah, they had a pretty nice performance, too, last weekend against Wisconsin. Until the fourth quarter, Lee, that game was really, really close. All right, we'll turn your attention to the NFL, Lee. Sunday afternoon, it's America's game of the week. You got Jerry Jones' Dallas Cowboys traveling up to Cleveland, Ohio, and taking on the Browns. Brownies actually favored in this game by 2.5 up on the lake.
Yeah, here's what's crazy. Only the Chiefs have won more games than the Cowboys the last 3 seasons. Pretty impressive. Dallas, though, probably nowhere to go but down. I think that they're going to have a tough season this year. Got to break in a couple new offensive line starters here. Maybe one of the weakest running groups here. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott, not quite the same. Also, an elite defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn, left to become the head coach of the Commanders. So a lot of new moving parts there. No Nick Chubb, obviously, for Cleveland. Deshaun Watson will play, but who knows how healthy he is. The one constant, Cleveland's defense at home. On the road, they're not good. 31.3 points allowed last year. At home, 13.8 points. So I think they're going to show up here, probably get a turnover or two, and that'll lead to a win here. I like Cleveland, 24-17.
All right, and your free play involving the Bengals this week with the Patriots.
Yep, Bengals have struggled. I mean, 1-4. The coaching regime here, the new coaching regime that came in 5.5 years ago. So we're going to see if they can get off to a quicker start. They need it. You can't fall behind Kansas City and these other teams that are, at the top of the heap here in the American Conference. So you want to get this game. Cincinnati, do they blow out New England, or is it another close game that goes down to the wire? First 5 callers, call 800-400-9741. We'll give you the game for free. And start off with an 8-1 weekend last weekend, 10-2 overall. You want to hop on board and also check out a bunch of free pick videos. There's some other huge games going on around the country. We've got Tennessee and North Carolina State, Oklahoma State, Arkansas. Check them all out. ParamountSports.com.
Hey, Lee, before we get you out of here, are your guys the U? Are they back? Impressive week 1 for them.
Well, I don't want to jinx them, but I think we're not Ohio State. We're not Georgia. I think Miami, for the first time, I told my wife before the game last week, I said, if they lose to Florida, I've been to the scrimmages. I know that this is a really talented team. I said, I'm done. It's been over 20 years, since you guys beat us and the slow descent after that Fiesta Bowl. And thank God my prayers were answered, and I think we are. I think we're a top 10, top 15 team finally. So I don't know if I'm ready for you guys this year, but maybe next year in the Fiesta Bowl for all the marbles.
Yeah, absolutely. They looked really good week number 1.
How much fun would that be, huh?
Oh, it'd be great. A little 23-year reunion or 22-year reunion of that. It would be terrific. Lee, always appreciate the time. Thanks so much for hopping on with us here. Have a fantastic weekend, buddy. Enjoy the games, and we'll check in again next Friday, all right?
You too, guys. Take care. Be safe.
There he goes. Lee Sterling, ParamountSports.com with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. If you're watching last night, the NFL, we saw some history in Kansas City. We'll do that in Quick Hitters coming up next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, no crashes on the map to tell you about. We are watching things pick up on 33 near Plain City and on I-71 near Polaris. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
At Custom Air, integrity is key. That's why there are no high-pressure sales tactics, just a commitment for friendly and professional service. That's the way they do things. It's the Custom Air way.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver. Leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
Colin Man and T-Bone here for our friends at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Bone, do you know that there's games going on this weekend?
Oh, I know. And your game day headquarters is the sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Massive TV walls, 12,000 square feet, and all the gaming action you could want.
Wager at one of 4 betting windows and 30-plus betting kiosks. Beat the crowd and reserve a table for all game days this fall at HollywoodColumbus.com.
Wow, private table. Must be nice. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
At Byers Auto, we've been football fans since 1897, back when tailgates had actual tails. Our legacy of supporting our local team is as strong as our commitment to providing exceptional vehicles. While we're known for our new cars, we also offer a variety of pre-owned vehicles that meet our rigorous standards. Our friendly staff is here to help you find the perfect vehicle for your lifestyle and budget. Visit us in person or shop online at buyersauto.com. Come see why it's better to buy at Byers.
Bishop and Friends.
Ohio Stadium is the best, period. You're there early. You're there at halftime. Even for the marginal games, you're there.
Bishop and Friends.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career and they talked to me about it.
He was done in just months.
I did do it online.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at My Computer Career.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Oh, what?
Would you please just call the Waterworks?
At the Waterworks, we mean clean. Better care, better value, better results.
PGA Tour's rising stars are back at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship September 19th through 22nd, and so is Pump 13. Grab your friends, cheer for birdies, and enjoy drink specials on the 13th green. Get your free tickets at ncc-golf.com.
NFL Week 1 is here. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code OUTCOME. That's code OUTCOME. For new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. And get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium on us. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over, and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at nfl.com/terms.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today we are looking at increasing clouds along with a few late day showers, high 87. Tonight we get down to the upper 40s, lower 50s. A lot of sunshine on your Saturday with a high of 70. Sunny on Sunday with a high of 72. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Cosme Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
If Bobby and Beamer aren't talking about it, it's not worth your time anyway. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hey, we here on The Juice are brought to you by our great friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sharky!
Yes, sir. It is our favorite day of the week. It's Friday.
How about that?
Getting me short, the weekend is about over.
Oh,
Tim
don't
Hall,
say that.
Tim woke up sad today.
Actually, you know what? The weekend was over as soon as we woke up on Thursday.
I honestly was terrified yesterday. I'm like, I'm not going to have the energy to watch this stuff and then wake up tomorrow.
I have faith in you, Bob.
You shouldn't.
You're a young, virile, vibrant man. Kansas City Chiefs superfan Xavier Babadar will not be visiting Arrowhead Stadium anytime soon. Babadar is known as Chiefsaholic, but was sentenced to 17 and a half years in federal prison yesterday after pleading guilty to a string of bank robberies. You may have seen him at Chiefs games wearing a gray wolf suit.
You may have seen him at the bank wearing the gray wolf suit, too, because I'm pretty sure that's the disguise that he wore to rob the banks.
I thought it was a Ronald Reagan mask. But anyway, he was arrested in 2022 after robbing a credit union in Tulsa. He escaped authorities for several months after he cut off his GPS monitor and continued to rob banks until he was arrested again in California. Beamer, No more wolf suits. Babadar is now going to be wearing jumpsuits.
You guys remember when we heard from his lawyer a couple of months ago, and it was like one of the most cringe things that we have ever heard? Like his lawyer, I knew that this dude was smoked. As soon as his lawyer came out with the statement, he goes something along the lines of like, Mr. Babadar, a.k.a. Chiefsaholic, he's like a quarterback, and we got to get him out of trouble right now. I'm like, you don't have to do the football references, man, all right? Like, you need to protect your guy.
Try to rally Chiefs Nation. Come on, man. Give him some credit.
Hey, this is 17 because of the...
This is no joke, man.
Because the crimes spanned multiple states, Bob. That will be a federal penitentiary he'll be serving the next 17 and a half years in. That was one of the crazier stories from last year. Yeah, we just super fan, just on the run, on the lam.
Maybe Joe Biden can give him a pardon on the way out of office.
Chiefsaholic.
It's not joking, man.
Are you Dana Carvey?
I wish I could do a better impersonation. I
can't do it. It's not a joke.
Listen, it's not a joke, man. Have you heard the Dana Carvey Joe Biden impersonation? It's so good.
It's terrific.
Like he just slides right into it in this interview. I'm like, that is remarkable.
The ability for comedians to be able, whatever the impersonation is, for them to just be like talking normally and then just jump into multiple impersonations is unbelievable.
It's a gift. Yep. Quarterback Len Dawson played 3 seasons with the Steelers, 2 seasons with the Browns, didn't do a darn thing, 21 for 35 passing in 5 seasons. But then he jumped to the AFL's Dallas Texans, who became the Kansas City Chiefs, who eventually were merged into the NFL. Dawson wound up spending 14 years with that franchise and threw for 28,507 yards. It's been 49 years since he threw his last pass, but he held that Chiefs record for passing yards until last night. Patrick Mahomes broke it last night. Dawson played 183 games for KC, Bob. Mahomes has played just 96.
I was going to say, Mahomes has played 83.
Yeah.
I figured it was somewhere under 100. I thought Len Dawson, his greatest achievement was smoking that cig with a Fresca in the halftime.
Halftime of the Super Bowl.
That's such an iconic.
I mean, honestly,
where's he from, Bob?
Len Dawson?
Yeah.
Is he from Ohio?
Alliance.
Yeah. There we go. You know who else is from Alliance? I believe Urban Meyer's from there, if I'm not mistaken.
No. Urban is from...
Tuscarora.
It's not from Tuscarora.
Ashtabula.
Ashtabula, that's right.
That's right. The other side is north... That's right.
the snow belt up there.
It is.
Yeah,
We got the northern Ohio covered. That's what I was thinking. But it's really far north. You know what? I'd like to see Pat Mahomes. Forget about those nuggies Andy Reid's been stealing from him. Let's see him smoke a cig and a Fresca at halftime and see what he can do out there then. See if he's so fast and spry. I watched Len Dawson circle the defense, dance around. That cigarettes were fueling him. That's the power he needed, Beam.
How many games did you say Patrick Mahomes has played?
96.
He's played 96 games, and he has
about half of.
He has 28,000 passing yards.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that the game is obviously much different than when Len Dawson was playing. That in itself, 96 games and 28,000 passing yards is, I don't know what you do against them, especially when they add like the fastest guy who's ever played in the NFL. Like. They're just speed maxing out there. It's remarkable.
What school has won the most Heisman trophies? Ohio State?
Nope.
Notre Dame?
Nope.
Oklahoma?
It's USC.
I know this answer because I read the article.
It's USC.
OSU, Notre Dame, and Oklahoma each have 7. Southern Cal has 8. USC's 8th winner was Caleb Williams in 2022, and now the Trojans have retired his number 13 number, along with previous winners Mike Garrett, O.J. Simpson, Charles White, Marcus Allen, Carson Palmer, Matt Leinart, and Reggie Bush. And Bush's...
Don't worry, of that group, only one of theirs had them taken down. It may not have been the one.
It wasn't O.J.
It wasn't the juice.
It was Reggie. His banner and number were actually removed from the Coliseum after his Heisman was taken away for NCAA violations, but the Heisman Trust returned that trophy, Beamer, and Bush's retired number was restored and put up there right next to Caleb Williams.
Yeah, and I don't know this, and maybe you guys will know this answer. What's the process for retiring a number here?
It's not going to happen unless you win a Heisman.
Okay. But it doesn't happen like the following fall, does it?
No.
I mean, it takes some time.
Troy's wasn't retired until a number of years after.
Yeah.
he was there.
So those 6 numbers, because obviously Archie won 2, have been retired, and Chick Harley
and Bill Willis
47
and 99.
And Chick Harley never wore a number, but somebody found a picture of him
with a 47
in practice or something.
I think AJ was the last person to wear 47
he had to have
here.
been, yeah,
because it happened while we were there, and they wanted to do it while his great-grandnephew, Rob Harley, was on the team with us, and he was in our class. So I think they did something about it around that time, and then AJ was going to be the last to wear it through, and then it would be placed up top.
If last night and the penalties called and the procedural procedural snaps like being offside and all that is going to continue in the NFL, we're going to see sack records shattered across the NFL. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Friday. No crashes to tell you about right now. We are watching things pick up on 315 near campus, also on 33 out in Plain City. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Earn a $300 cash bonus when you open a new free checking account. Visit bmifcu.org/free for more details.
Hey, welcome to IKEA's Complete Sleep event. Don't miss dreamy offers on sleep essentials.
I've tried counting sheep, but keep losing track.
We've got you. IKEA family members save 15% off your purchase of $300 or more on select sleep comfort items. Check out comforters, pillows, and mattresses for all sleep styles, and so much more.
Ooh, can't wait.
You shouldn't. Go to IKEA-USA.com/BetterSleep or visit your local store today. Offer valid August 7th through September 10th, U.S. only. See store and IKEA-USA.com for full details and eligible items. Restrictions apply.
Hey guys, it's Timmy Hall, and American Nitro Smokin' Hot Wing and Music Fest presented by Lowe's is back for year 2, and I'm so excited. We got the wing smoking competition that I'll be judging, cold beer, food trucks, tons of wings, and a great cause. We're raising money for Ghosts of War, providing immediate assistance to veterans in need. So get your tickets at americannitro.com/wingfest. Free admission for all current and former military members. Brought to you by Lowe's, Columbus Chamber of Commerce, Dave & Buster's, Valpak of Central Ohio, Heidelberg Distributing, and more.
ECO. It's hot everywhere.
I was thinking about that, Jerry. Remember when you invented the bagel button for toasters?
Sure. Toasty where you want it toasty, cool where you want it cool. The perfect bagel.
I think air conditioning should be like that. Keep the toasty heat outside and keep your family cool inside. If your house is toasty, we can make it cool the same day you call.
Get ECO. ECO. I like it, Aaron. But if only you had a button.
A button?
See, the genius of the bagel button experience is the button. Push the button, and everything is taken care of.
Get ECO. ECO. GetEco.com has 2 buttons. One button to book online, and another button to talk to a real-life person. Either way, your cool house is happening today.
2 buttons. Genius.
I thought you'd like that.
Get ECO. ECO. ECO plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
If my buttery smooth voice represents the photos in your social media feed,
then this is closer to what real life is like. Social media can be fun, but remember, it's only showing you
the filtered version of life. So when social media is stressing you out, check in on yourself and remember, it's not the whole story. For more tips on reducing your stress, go to mha.ohio.gov/check-in. A message from the Ohio Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Step into the batter's box for BetMGM's Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. Pick an area of the strike zone and take your best swing. If you get a single, double, triple, or home run, you'll receive a prize. Smash a home run to collect a bonus bet on us. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-91-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary depending on market. Expired 24 hours from issuance. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Mark. The Shark in the NFL season opener at Kansas City. The Chiefs beat the Ravens 27-20 when the game ended on a bit of a controversial call. Baltimore receiver Isaiah Likely caught a touchdown pass from the final play of the game. It was called a touchdown on the field, but a replay review showed the tip of his foot touched the white out-of-bounds line at the rear of the end zone. The Reds own a 4-game winning streak, and yesterday they did it with pitching. Rhett Lauder made his second Major League start and pitched shutout ball over 6 1/3 innings as Cincinnati blanked Houston 1-0. It's the Reds' 9th straight win over the Astros, including a 3-game sweep of this series. Lauder didn't get a decision because Cincinnati didn't score until Ty France hit a solo homer in the bottom of the 7th. The Guardians had the day off. The Sports Center is sponsored by the Waterworks. Trust the pros at the Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com to get started. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Never have I been so excited to get a whiff of sweaty jockstraps. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Yay, football, The Fan. Miss a minute of the show?
Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Type in Morning Juice and subscribe.
This is Morning Juice.
Hour number 2 of the program for us on a Football Friday. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here, 7:35. Austin Ward, he's going to join the program. We'll talk some Buckeyes with him. Then AJ Hawk. What it says on my plug sheet, Buckeye legend. He's going to join the program coming up here at 8:35. So Power Pack final 2 hours for you here on this Football Friday.
Always keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
The Shark told me to make sure that you always plug the Buckeye legend, AJ Hawk.
That's what it says here. And that was sent out at 9:30 last
Best
night.
plugger around.
I want to make sure that I get that in, that AJ is going to come on the show, coming up here at 8:35.
Maybe he's just the easiest to plug, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. We got high school football tonight on the Fan. It is week 3 of the high school football season. It's week 2 in college football, week 1 in the NFL. And the Fan's game of the week, it heads to Hilliard as Bradley will host Grove City. Coverage will begin at 6:30. Kickoff, of course, is at 7. And after the game, it's Byers, Dublin, Subaru overtime with Ryan Baker and Tito. High school football is back right here Friday nights on the Fan.
Doggies.
Neil Sika on the call tonight.
The people have been clamoring for Tim Hall to get him back out there.
Have they?
I think so. You get a lot of emails about it. People want their doggies back.
Do you know where that started?
I heard it one time.
So here, listen. So Tim started saying it. Common Man, and he just pulled it out of thin air. Common Man made fun of it.
No. Tim, he can tell you pulled out of thin air. I guarantee you.
Pre-planned?
Tim had been practicing that in the mirror for years.
All right, so this is the original. This is the original call of the doggies, and see if you notice something interesting about the player on this call.
Jack Sawyer is the quarterback tonight due to an injury. He gets the snap, throws it to his buddy Chris Scott. Immediately, he's off to the races. He breaks 2 tackles to the 20, 15-10, 5, touchdown. Doggies. Chris Scott all the way, put 6 on the board.
There was nothing. We need to have Jack Sawyer. We need to have him back on and comment on that. Because I guarantee he has no idea that he was the origins of one of the great calls of all time. That's up there.
Miracle on Ice.
Yeah. Do you believe in miracles with Marv Alberts? Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Those are iconic calls.
Or Al Michaels.
Yeah, Al Michaels, Miracle. Do you believe in like all those things? Tim Hall's doggies. Boom goes the dynamite. It's right in there with it.
Auburn's going to win the football game. That's an iconic call. That's a terrific one. So that game's tonight. Should be a pretty good one. Bradley hosts Grove City again. Coverage begins at 6:30. Kickoff for us at 7 o'clock a little bit later on. Reds 1, Astros 0. Swept them in New York tonight to take on the Mets. Gardo's at the Dodgers, Sharky. 10-10. First pitch for that one. You had a nice little weekend planned, don't you? Friday Night Lights.
It's a great weekend, Beam. I was hoping to get to the pool one final time this weekend.
What do you mean hoping?
Well, it's going to be like 67. I don't think that's quite warm enough for me.
Just tell Jan to Vaseline you up, buddy. That'll help amplify the sun.
Whale.
It'll amplify the sun, and it'll help lock in the heat.
What do you mean? You're not going to go tomorrow or Sunday morning when it's supposed to be like 40 degrees out?
I don't think so.
Cold plunge. It's good for you.
I got about 20 college games, 4 NFL games on Sunday, and 3 baseball games this weekend. Thankfully, there's no golf.
Coach, I was watching some of these, and with any luck at 11, we're going to have an American in the men's final on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be tremendous.
Is that 7 o'clock tonight?
7 o'clock tonight. And Pagula is she is in the women's final.
Okay.
So there's guaranteed to be a man and a woman of the United States in the U.S.
When's
Open.
the last time that's happened?
It's been a long time.
Since we've had a
the last time a man was in there was 2003. So it wasn't before that, and I'm pretty sure Serena or someone like that was probably in there. Maybe Venus at that point. I'm not sure. But it's been a long time. So you got that. Shark, I was riding around on my boat last week watching the Buckeyes on the little small screen. So you can do it. Yeah. Do you have you need?
Oh, I can see the Buckeyes. They don't play till 7:30.
I know, but can you? What's better than sitting outside by the pool watching football?
I know. It is a great way to spend.
We got to get you YouTube TV, Sharky, because then you can sit there. You can watch the quad box
Bob,
on a tablet.
I'm gonna have cable TV until they take it away from me.
You can already get DirecTV without a satellite now. So I mean, what's the point? What are we doing? Just get the YouTube.
Also got an NFL
My
game.
dad's like, we dropped cable. We don't have it. Because you use my YouTube TV, Dad.
You know my favorite channel?
The Guide?
The News.
Bally's.
Okay.
Blue Jackets, Cavs, Guardians.
Yeah. You know why?
Beamer told me YouTube doesn't have Bally's.
It doesn't.
They don't, but you can buy it separately. So
why would I want to do that? I can get it all on cable.
Yeah, but then you can't watch your cable on your phone.
Sure, I can. I've got Bally's on my phone. I've got Fox on my phone.
Well, I guess that's true, but you can't oscillate back and forth. You can't quad box it, Shark.
Sharky's not going to be able to watch the football game tonight down in Sao Paulo.
Are you telling me you quad box on your phone?
I did.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, you can
You
quad
need
box
a
anywhere.
magnifying glass.
I quad boxed on my phone when I was at the OAR concert.
I love quad boxing.
There was these women behind me that were looking. I was like, well, which game are you trying to find? Like, you got Colorado up here in the left corner. I forget who was in the. What other game was close? What are the big games?
Last Thursday,
Minnesota, North Carolina, and then at the bottom, like I was only really focused on those two. And then I look at the bottom, like, who is this? And I'm like, Western Carolina is tied with NC State. What the heck is going on? Yeah, you can quad box it. And here's the thing: then when you want to make it bigger, like boom, when they go into
boom.
I just tap on it, gets big, and then you're watching it, goes to commercial, go back to the quad box, see whatever, but I kind of pick the game that I want to watch. But that way I don't ever have to watch commercials. It's tremendous.
Hunter says, come on, Shark. As my old farts say, there's no matter how horrible it was, it builds character. Come on, jump in the pool this weekend. You'll be fine.
Okay.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I will be fine. The pool is heated to 84 degrees.
That's nice.
You would like it.
It's just a little chilly when you get
My neighbor
out.
heats his pool to like 97.
Ooh. That's like a jacuzzi.
But on a day where it's cold, that's what he said. He goes, when it's cold, I go, but when it's hot, I don't like the pool being hotter than the air.
Yeah, no, that doesn't feel very good.
I feel like a lobster in here, like you're poached, I'm like a poached egg. You're slowly cooking me in this thing. But when it's 45 and 50, it feels nice.
You have tomorrow's a busy day for us.
Busy little
Fan
bees.
Sports Saturday will start at 10 a.m. Chops and Reese will go noon to 2. And then after that, our game day coverage will begin. So you get the pregame show with Matty Ice starting at 2 o'clock. Those guys will run until 4 to 6. Will be AR, Tim May, and Andy Katzenmoyer on the tailgate show. Network coverage for us begins at 6 o'clock. Kickoff against Western Michigan sometime around like 7:40-ish, 7:45-ish.
How about last night's game? I'm expecting an 8:20 kickoff.
Oh, the weather delay, 20-minute weather delay.
Terrible.
Oh, there was.
Yeah, there was a weather delay. There was lightning in the area
Before all the ceremonies
Yes.
and everything?
Yes.
I missed that.
Yeah, so that's why it kicked off at like 8:45
My
last night.
son, so I was like, turn it back. I want to watch the football, like during the tennis.
Nothing on.
He was, because before that, Navarro was on, and she was playing Sabalenka, the Russian.
Smoked.
Of course. And my son started cheering for her because he wanted the Russian to win so he could be over and we could watch the football without clicking back. I go, buddy, I don't need to sit here and watch Clark Hunt hold up a trophy, okay? I don't need to watch any of that
Chad
nonsense.
Henne.
Yeah, Chad Henne.
Oh, your nightmare guy, Sharp.
I was like, I sacked
Nobody
him.
will remember that nobody will forget that 3rd and 12.
3rd and 14.
3rd and 14, is that what it was?
I remember it.
North remembers.
Well, I remember him going 0-4 against the Buckeyes, though. Now, him and Mike Hart not getting a single win. That made me feel really good. Like 2 of those I was a part of. One not as much as the others, but either regardless of that, he started cheering. There is no cheering for Russians in this house ever. And I go, if you're going to do that, you can cheer in your mind. Anything vocalized outside, you're outside, bud. You're sleeping with. You can go stay with Uncle Shark in the Communist manifesto he's got going on up there in Powell, wherever he lives.
Opposite side of the Buckeyes in town. Downtown crew will take on Seattle tomorrow night at home. That's a 7:30 start for them as well. Your Sunday for us, we get the Bengals and the Pats at 1 o'clock, and then Browns at home against the Cowboys. Our coverage will begin Sunday at 2:30 on the Fan kickoff slate at America's Game of the Week at 4:25. Chiefs beat the Ravens last night 27-20, Bob. Isaiah Likely at the very end caught a touchdown pass. His big toe was out of bounds, but whatever. I mean, both those teams are high octane. Obviously, they look great. Lamar had some issues throwing the football, but otherwise, I mean, he was brilliant. Like, he was terrific last night. I thought
he had some misses. Like, that's just going to happen with him.
Yeah.
So you take a couple of the misses for the rest of the greatness that you get. You understand that there's a trade-off there, and he's really stinking good. He's still one of the top 3 fastest guys on the field at any given time.
He's lightning quick, man.
I mean, Zay Jones and maybe Xavier Worthy are the only 2 guys that I saw last night that would be able to maybe beat him in a 40. Like, he is so explosive, and he's big, he's strong, he gets it all done. I mean, he threw a great ball to tie. He gave his chance to team to tie the game. You can say whatever you want about all the misses and everything else. He threw a dime that was caught that should have had both feet down. I mean, he got it done. And by the way, the delay, I always let my kids stay up on the Thursday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
I usually give them the halftime because it's like 9:30, 9:40. It's a good, clean break. And then I'm looking, I'm like, what the heck? It's like 9. We're in the middle of the second quarter, and it's a stinking delay. I was like, RJ,
10 o'clock halftime last night.
Yeah, I told Kellen, I'm like, dude, you're in 5th grade. It's 9:30. You got to go. RJ, you can hang a little longer, but like, this is not going to be, crazy one. But it was the weather delay kind of screwed up all the timing with that.
It did. The illegal procedure penalties last night, if you happen to be watching, were there 3 on the first drive? I mean,
it was like a high school game.
I don't know how many total illegal procedure penalties were called, because a couple of them the Chiefs just declined because it was either a 3rd down or it would have gone from 3rd to 4th, or they didn't want the yards and they took 3rd down anyways because it was a 3rd and long. Bob, if the NFL refs continue to call it that way, and again, to your point,
they must have told them it's a point of emphasis.
It's got to be a point of emphasis. Every NFL meeting this morning will be going over that, I'm sure, a lot. But if that's the case, and like you don't get that quarter drop step advantage as tackles, sack numbers are going to be through the roof this year. Like, Myles Garrett doesn't need any more advantages on the defensive line. And I know he gets held every single play, but you try to even up the playing field just a little bit, and you take away that kind of quarter drop step away from these offensive linemen, from these tackles. These big time defensive ends are going to get to the quarterback in under 2 seconds. It's going to be lightning quick.
The reason they get back off of the line of scrimmage is because that gives you the ability to have space. Space is the enemy. If you're the defense, you want to close the space down as quickly as possible, and so it helps. It helps give those tackles a big advantage in that pass blocking against great rushers. By the way, Chris Jones is still remarkable.
He's unbelievable.
He is unreal at defensive tackle. His pressure that he can possess.
It's unbelievable, especially out of the middle. I mean, there were multiple times last night where the Ravens were triple teaming him.
They tried to block him at the center of the guard, and he beat them both like they weren't even there.
Yeah.
That's what Lamar Jackson came over, was furious. I'm like, I would be upset too. 2 of you guys cannot even slow him down. I'm not saying you got to stalemate him, but it took him about a second and a half to get back there.
Bengals and Browns looking to get out of the gates quick. We're going to preview their Week 1 matchups coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. No crashes to tell you about right now. We are watching things pick up on 33 out near Dublin and on 23 on the north side of town. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor. Located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville. And online at greenandsons.com.
Who does Joe Biden have to thank for backing his extreme liberal agenda?
I want to thank my buddy Sherrod Brown.
Sherrod Brown backed Biden, voting to let transgender biological men participate in women's sports, and supported allowing puberty blockers and even sex change surgeries for minor children.
My buddy Sherrod Brown.
And Brown backed Bidenomics. Reckless Washington spending and inflation causing prices to soar. Groceries up 22%. Electricity up 32%. Gas up 50%. The Brown-Biden price increases are smothering hardworking Ohio families. Their extreme liberal policies are hurting Ohio. And who's to thank for this mess?
I want to thank my buddy Sherrod Brown.
Biden's buddy, Sherrod Brown. Way too liberal for Ohio. Vote no. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
There's a place where mishaps don't mean missing out. Welcome to AAA's The Plus Side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, where a flat tire doesn't have to deflate your mood, where being locked out doesn't mean you'll be out of luck for long, and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party.
Looks like you're all set here. Have a good rest of the day.
Because on the plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, you're covered with the gold standard in roadside assistance, whenever and wherever you need it. Tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap, click, or call away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further, anywhere within 100 miles. Become a AAA Plus member today and experience the peace of mind that comes when you live on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply. Service is only available from AAA and CAA in North America.
We have a lot of football happening. I'm here to help. Set your radio preset to the Fan. Very good. Now set the second one to ESPN Columbus. It's the HD2 button. Lastly, go to the Fan's HD3 and save the Fan 3. Crisis averted. You're welcome.
Common Man and T-Bone here for our friends at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Bone, do you know that there's games going on this weekend?
Oh, I know. And your game day headquarters is the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Massive TV walls, 12,000 square feet, and all the gaming action you could want.
Wager at one of 4 betting windows and 30-plus betting kiosks. Beat the crowd and reserve a table for all game days this fall at HollywoodColumbus.com.
Wow, private table. Must be nice. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Pop quiz. What's the best way to go back to school? With Giant Eagle and Market District, of course. From lunchbox favorites to fun after-school snacks, they make it easy to care for growing minds and stomachs. And with their Deals for School Days program, you'll enjoy savings on thousands of items throughout the store. But don't wait. Featured items are only available at these low prices for a limited time. So stop in and stock up for the ultimate back-to-school pantry. Visit your local Giant Eagle or Market District today.
Proper tree care is an investment that can lead to substantial returns and increased personal enjoyment. Hiring a certified arborist can help care for your trees and prevent storm damage. Inspections by Ohio ISA certified arborists can often find and mitigate tree defects before they fail. Only professionals with specialized knowledge and training are properly equipped to provide appropriate care. To find an arborist, visit trees4ohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
Have you experienced foot or ankle pain during or after sports, running, or exercising at the gym? Nagging aches in your foot or ankle that won't go away? Podiatric physicians can provide you with important foot care solutions, shoe inserts, or show you how to support your feet and ankles so you're able to compete or exercise comfortably. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and have been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today we are looking at temperatures climbing up to around 87. Late day showers possible. Heading into tonight, looking at clear skies, low 55. Clear on your Saturday with a high of 70. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Panic and passion. Is that a motivational quote or the title of an adult romance novel? You're listening to Morning Juice.
Coming up here in our next segment, 7:35, Austin Ward. He's going to join the program. Sharky, what are you expecting out of the Browns this year? I know that we had this conversation. Week number 1, Cowboys, 425, America's Game of the Week. Now correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to misspeak for you. You had placed a wager on the Browns over for win totals, right?
Yes.
And then you
believe it was 9.5.
And then you rescinded it?
And then I took it off the board.
What made you do that?
I just didn't feel confident about my team. I know preseason doesn't matter. I've got my doubts about Deshaun.
What would make you doubt him?
He's played in 12 games in 3 years. He's not the 2020 Deshaun, I don't think. I am happy that everybody's healthy. Almost everybody is healthy. Denzel's back from his 5th concussion. That's becoming an epidemic with him. Jed is going to be back on the offensive line. Don't know how much. Jack Conklin as well. Nick Chubb's going to be at least 4 weeks. We know that. So I'm not confident in their running game. But Beam, I'm going to go ahead and spank myself if we go 10-7 for missing out on that bet. But
don't do all the work yourself. Get Jan involved.
You're crazy.
Were you surprised? You're crazy. You're crazy, man. Were you surprised yesterday? Because I saw this come down. I mean, they had finalized their 53.
Yes.
And then yesterday they waived David Bell.
Yes.
I don't know if something's coming down the line with them. I don't know if they're doing it for something else.
They had to pull somebody up.
Yeah, that's a strange one to me.
It had been rumored all camp that he might not make the final 53, and then when he did, I thought, okay, he's good to go.
Yeah.
And 3 days before the season starts, they cut him. Now, that's their 3rd-round draft pick from 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And we saw what he did at Purdue. He was great at Purdue.
Andrew Berry's been really good at building this roster.
Except for wide receivers.
Except for drafting wide receivers. Yep. That has not been a strong characteristic of him. I mean, how you feeling? 425 heading up, America's Game of the Week. You get the Cowboys coming into town.
I'm hearing too many people are confident about the Browns in this game. I got out of my silo yesterday and listened to Bo, and he was talking about, have you seen the Cowboys secondary? And then I'm listening to Sports Center all night, and they're talking about the Cowboys with 2 rookies on the offensive line. And I picked the Browns. I gave up the 2.5. But no, I'm never, you know me, Beam, I'm a nervous nerd. I'm never too confident in my teams. I love them, but I'm not confident.
I understand that. I think a lot of fans understand that listening to you here this morning. So they get going at 425. Here was Jim Schwartz yesterday, Bob, your guy, talking about preparing for Dallas and how they've been doing that for a little bit of time.
A lot of our guys like to look ahead. I mean, we did that as a coaching staff. That was nothing that we sort of demanded from the players or put in front of the players. We've had some times in training camp, different times, I think even at the end of mini camp or OTAs where we had a Dallas period. But, you know, most of the time through training camp, our focus was on us and our scheme and what we're doing as opposed to what an opponent was doing. We've all had this earmarked for a long time, bookmarked, whatever you want to call it. So it's been on, top of our mind for a long time, even when we've had other jobs in the moment.
I'm excited to listen to Tom Brady on the call. I was watching a video of him.
I forgot.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be on the call for Fox. I was watching an Instagram video of him, Bob. He has kept all of his playbooks, all of his scouting reports and everything for his entire career. And I'm sitting there watching this video, and Tom Brady said, look, you go back to this game, and he goes to the
16, I think.
I think it was 16. He goes back, he's like, all right, 2016, look, right here, scouting report. Got the Browns and what they were doing back then. And he's like, guys who are still in the league. He's like, and that's how I prepped every single game. He's like, it's no different than how I'm going to prep as a broadcaster. I was like, it's a pretty impressive thing.
So, I didn't keep all my call sheets, but I have all my notebooks, and I have a camp book. I have a season book that has because Tom's point was coordinators do the same stuff. And, they move around, change teams. There's guys that, coached under other guys that they do similar things. So, like, you're doing the Browns. You can pull up stuff from Tennessee when Jim Schwartz was the DC. You can pull up stuff from Detroit when he was the head coach. And that's why I watched it. I'm like, yep, that's about 80% of what we did in Detroit. And just understanding that. And, Matt Burke, who was with us in Detroit, underneath, like, there's parts of it. He's the D coordinator in Houston now. So, like, he pulls some of that. Like, all these guys take from people. And so you see it and you're like, okay, I can understand the coverages, or I know what, for how they like to run their offense, whether they're heavy in formations, use a lot of motions, a lot of shifts, whatever it is. Like, guys don't really change a lot of what they are structurally. They'll have iterations off of it based upon the talent and the specific type of players. But I'm excited for Tom to do this. I'm curious to see how good he'll be at it, because it's not easy to call games.
And two, Olsen was really good. I thought Olsen was great.
Third leg Greg was really good.
7th floor crew. So
I hope he brings that back.
Here,
He's
too,
got some time.
I saw some news on their radio front yesterday. Andrew Siciliano is going to be doing games for the Browns this year on the radio. And for the first time since we've had the Browns, you can now stream the Browns games in the Columbus market.
Ooh.
You can listen every Sunday on our website, 971thefan.com, or on the Fan app. And again, it's only available in the Columbus area from the home of the Browns in Central Ohio, right here on the Fan. Bengals, on the other hand, at a 1 o'clock start, it's the Patriots who they have coming into town. We had Albert Breer of the MMQB on yesterday, as we do every single Thursday at 8:05. Take a listen back to that. I mean, we asked him about the Jamar Chase situation. Jamar did practice yesterday, so that makes it 2 days in a row where Uno did practice for the Bengals. So that's a great sign for them. And Albert, who, lives up in Boston, Bob, covers the Patriots, knows a lot about that organization. I asked him just how Bengals fans should feel, with the Pats coming in, Gerard Mayo, new system. And Albert was like, the Bengals should win this game in a runaway. He was pretty high on the Bengals and pretty low on the Pats.
He said there's a reason they're not playing Drake May.
Yeah.
And that's due to the fact the offensive line isn't great. They don't have a lot of weapons or playmakers at any position. They're trying to rebuild this roster from the bottom, do it the right way. And in doing that, you're going to have some pain, and this is going to be part of that pain, Beam.
Well, and I think it also, too, it sets up the Bengals, too.
What's your prediction for this fight, Joe? Pain.
It sets up the Bengals for a much better start than what they've had in recent years. That has been the bane of their existence, trying to play catch-up.
Don't underestimate their ability to lose an opener, though.
They're in Arrowhead next week. So,
it's not. Zach Taylor called Brian Kelly about how to win an opener.
That's not good. Was he
He's 0-3 at LSU.
Yeah, that's not good. And then you've got the Chiefs coming up next week, but then it's home against the Commies, then at the Panthers. So a much easier start for them than what it's been over the last couple of years.
Love a good 1-2 start for the Bengals right there.
Don't say that.
Hey, I want to tell you, you've been thinking about changing your windows and doors in your home. It'd be dumb not to get a few estimates. It's a huge purchase. All I'm saying is it'd be even worse to forget to include my friends over at Pella Columbus. They're voted by Columbus as the leading, most trusted, and most likely to improve the look of your home with 5 different window lines for the $300,000 to the $3 million home. The Pella product is famous, and the local team here in town, they've been just as impressive. They're tremendous, so go check them out at PellaColumbus.com or in their new showroom up in Polaris.
Austin Ward, he's going to join the program. We'll break down the Buckeyes and the Broncos of Western Michigan with him next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Friday. Right now, things moving along just fine across your major interstates. No crashes on the map. We are watching things pick up on 71 near downtown. Also on I-70 as you come in from the far east side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, your pilot hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
We're dealing at Reichert Ford.
$2,500 low price guarantee.
With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Thousands of vehicles are waiting at ReichertFord.com.
Get the right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
That's the sound of a Mountain Dew. And that's you enjoying its refreshing citrus kick. That's a cool breeze suddenly whistling through your hair.
Whoa!
That's you realizing you're now on a mountain.
This is epic!
That's you stating the obvious. That's you stepping up to the plate. That's you winning your kickball game.
Yes! Let's go!
That's you taking another sip of your...
Mountain Dew!
The Do.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. For over 3 decades, Cordell & Cordell has been on the front lines of family law. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
I've made a decision. We will air the Browns game this week. We're the home of the Browns. We air them every week. Yes, I knew that. Catch the Browns and Cowboys from the land.
Live coverage starts Sunday at 2:30.
Yay football. The Fan.
Kemba Financial Credit Union pays you to save. Get a $300 bonus with a new money market account and earn a premium interest rate on your money. It adds up to big-time savings for your goals and dreams. Visit Kemba.org to check our rates and learn more. Restrictions apply. Bonus requires Advantage status and $10,000 minimum balance be deposited in the first 30 days and maintained to qualify for a $100 bonus at 90 days and $200 at 180 days after opening. Federally insured by NCUA. Offer ends September 30th.
Football fans, meet your new full-service auto partner, Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. From Honda to Ford to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, we have the perfect vehicle for every football fan. Stuck on the road? Our 24/7 towing and roadside assistance is just one call away, and our convenience service means no hassle, just great service. Plus, every vehicle purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. For unbeatable deals and unbelievable service, visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Direct auto insurance is for uncompromisers. Like Matt. When his old car insurance got so expensive, do you think he walked until his sneakers wore out? No, because he found savings with Direct Auto so he could drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25% on state minimum coverage, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com or a store near you. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Beam has a baby face. Bobby has soft hands. That should not stop you from listening to this show. This is Morning Juice.
There's Log here, Little Football Friday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. And at this time, every single Friday, you get to check in with the commissioner.
A guy who considers himself the mayor of Laramie, Wyoming, who holds the shuffleboard record at the Ranger, and most impressive, the commissioner of the Central Ohio Two-Man Scramble League. Here's Austin Ward.
Austin is brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. As we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline, checking with our great friend of the podcast. He is Austin Ward. A-Ward Sports, happy Football Friday, buddy. Good to talk to you. Recap of Week 1 for the Buckeyes. How should Buckeye fans be feeling heading into Week 2 against Western Michigan?
Well, I think that's up to every individual Buckeye fan to evaluate the game and feel however they want, Beamer. I mean, I think that this team did exactly what it set out to do in Week 1. They won by 46 points. They could have played better early on. They could have got out to a faster start. We know that, but they, I think, in every facet of the game, played progressively better as it went on, and then you have a chance to improve from week 1 to week 2. I know that that's a coaching cliche, but cliches are usually worn out and tired because they're true, and everyone accepts that that's generally the premise that is going to be reality. I think, certainly Ohio State fans are going to want to see the offensive line play a little bit cleaner, but I thought their second half was really good. Maybe fewer missed tackles. I think that will happen when you, again, they didn't give up a touchdown, and that's nitpicking, but, that happens when you don't have a real game, play game speed. Bob knows this. When you come out of a training camp, play the first game, it's a different speed, it's a different physicality, even if you are playing a MAC team and not jumping straight into a talent equated game. I think that it's fair to look at the things that weren't perfect in week 1 and say that you want those to be better in week 2. But I feel like there's been some panic over what happened in week 1 that I don't really understand.
Lots of panic, Austin. I mean, we need more points faster. You want to see everybody out of the game, I guess, middle of the first quarter. They still have an offense, as you've talked about. They're trying to develop cohesion, especially with the quarterback who was playing his first game in Ohio Stadium. But staying with the quarterbacks, we've got a lot of questions about, who's the next guy up. And we saw Devin Brown, he threw a couple balls and looked okay out there. But do they get to see the young boy from out in California, Mr. Julian? I'm just saying, will he make an appearance on Saturday night in the shoe?
I don't really expect that, Bob. I mean, if they start as fast as, you and I talked about this going into the Akron game and earlier this week, if they go out and score on every first quarter possession and are up by 50 points, then maybe that you have opportunities to do things a little bit differently. But, I don't think there's an emphasis on getting the third quarterback into the game for Ohio State. You have to. There's a point that you'd made there about cohesion with Will Howard and him playing just one game in Ohio Stadium and one game with Seth McLaughlin and Jeremiah Smith and Emeka Egbuka and Tegra Shabola and Austin Serval. You still have to have your national title first-string offense building momentum and building chemistry and expanding the playbook, because they've barely scratched the surface on what Chip Kelly and Ryan Day want to do throughout the course of this season. So I don't think that you just microwave the results and then expect so that you can start building for 2025 in week 2. I don't even when you're looking at getting through 2024 right now, Devin Brown, with his maturity, with his experience, with his time at Ohio State, he would need more of those reps to be ready, because he's the one that's closer to, if something goes awry and the Buckeyes need to go to somebody else to protect and maintain their national title aspirations, Devin Brown would be that person and not Julian Sayin at this point. So maybe that could change in a month or 2 months. I don't know. That's up to what happens on the practice field and the way that Julian Sayin develops physically. But I don't think that there's going to be shoehorning in a need for the third quarterback at this point tomorrow night. And maybe I'll be wrong about that, but I think the priority will still be getting Will Howard up to speed, which is a weird thing to say about someone with his maturity, but making sure that he is still learning a new system and working with a new coordinator and new personnel around him. But the priority list would go Will Howard and Devin Brown. And if there's a bonus late, great.
He is Austin Ward with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Austin, old adage that, teams make the biggest jump from week number 1 to week number 2 of the season. Well, last time I checked, week number 1 was last week. Week number 2 is coming up here tomorrow evening. What are you looking for areas of biggest improvement from this Ohio State team in that week 2 jump?
Yeah, I think it's still watching the offensive line, but I don't know that – I think they played better than they got credit for, or maybe even better than I thought at first blush during that game. you can take the PFF grades with a grain of salt, and you should. But Austin Cerebell graded out pretty well for a first-time starter at left guard. Seth McLaughlin, I thought, played a pretty clean game there at center. Tegra Shabola, he appeared to really wear down Akron and got some pushes. The game went along. I think that's the part where they were playing together for the first time. Tegra was starting for the first time. Austin Cerebell wasn't. He is not the full-time starter once Donovan Jackson gets back. So also that was coming, I think, on the heels. It's worth mentioning that the offensive line had to deal with those illnesses that were going through the team for much of training camp. They were out there with, in the Woody, spreading out their meetings so that they could stop passing around that sickness. There was that practice early on in training camp where we were watching, and they were finishing a camp practice that went for 3 hours with 11 scholarship offensive linemen. So I don't bring any of that up to make excuses for it. If you're not satisfied with what happened for Ohio State up front and you have memories of the Cotton Bowl and you want to be skeptical of that, by all means, please do. But it is also a fact that they are still dealing with an injury for Donovan Jackson, that they spent camp not really working cohesively together with that first group. The 3 of those guys were starting for the first time at Ohio State. All those things are just worth keeping in mind. And now they have one game under their belt and a chance to get better. I don't know if Donovan Jackson will play extensively tomorrow night. We just caught a glimpse of the first unit together on Wednesday when we got in there for post-practice interviews, and Austin Cerebell was still working at left guard. So I also don't know if Donovan Jackson needs to play right now. When you have the off date looming and you have a chance to get him fully healthy, that's got to be at the top of the to-do list when you look at the length of this season and maybe the quality of opponent tomorrow night. But that's certainly where I think the attention will go, and it's fair to be there.
Austin, before we get you out of here, when the clock strikes around 11 o'clock tomorrow over at Ohio Stadium, what reads the final scoreboard between the Buckeyes and the Broncos?
I think Beeman will be 52-6. I just think that's a really great score.
Little double dip action?
Yeah, back it up.
All right. Sounds great. Buddy, always appreciate the time. Enjoy the weather tomorrow at the Horseshoe. Enjoy the tailgating for a big primetime matchup, all right?
Yeah, I'm sure I will. See you guys.
There he goes. Austin Ward with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline.
Well, pool season's almost over for Shark, but it's still okay because you can go see my folks at Affinity Whole Health, a leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. They're not just here to optimize your testosterone levels. Nope, they can handle weight loss as well. That's right. Affinity, they can help you lose weight and alleviate the symptoms that come with low testosterone. Affinity offers semaglutide injections that can help your weight loss in addition to testosterone treatments to stay pumped up. So you can say goodbye to low energy and low libido and hello to weight loss and muscle gain. You can go shirtless around even when it's cold outside. Just use the Vaseline to keep you warm. So go to feelgreatcolumbus.com. Check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
We get juiced on a Football Friday next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Friday. Right now, things moving along just fine across your major interstates. No crashes on the map. We are watching things pick up on 71 near downtown. Also on I-70 as you come in from the far east side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Check out this fresh deal on ground beef. 80% lean ground beef in 3-pound packages is only $3.99 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
And what is it called?
A ceiling fan.
And where is it?
It's on the floor.
And why is that a problem?
Well, see, the person who named it probably should have called it a floor. No, that's not right. The guy on TV I saw put up a ceiling fan.
Are you a TV star, Paul?
No, I'm not.
Are you an electrician, Paul?
I am not.
You are?
I am a middle management accountant, and I shouldn't be putting up ceiling fans.
You should.
Call the pros who knows.
Apex Pros.
The pros who know electrical work, too.
Hi, it's Alex from Apex Pros. And if you'd like us for plumbing, cooling, and heating, you're going to love our pro electricians.
Apex Pros are on the way.
Much easier, isn't it?
I'm glad we sorted this out.
Me too.
Columbus loves the pros who knows. Schedule with one click at apexpros.com.
Does our waiter look familiar?
I think he was the Plum Insurance mascot.
If all insurance companies were like NJM and didn't use gimmicks, then their mascots would have to get real jobs.
That explains the long purple hair in my soup.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Watch the PGA Tour's Next Generation at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship at the Ohio State University Golf Club, September 19th through 22nd. Pub 13 drink specials, food trucks, and more. Get your free tickets at ncc-golf.com.
NFL action on Friday? You bet your sweet Pippi. Catch the Packers and Eagles live from Brazil. The fun starts Friday at 8 on ESPN Columbus. Where's that? The Fan's HD2 or 1460 AM.
Sponsored by Roosters.
Your home of the NFL. The Fan.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
You were charging your phone? I waited hours for you.
That's how long it takes.
Join Metro and get a free Motorola Edge that'll charge for the day in 15 minutes. At Metro, there's no activation fees. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number ID and sign up for Metro Flex Plus plan. Offer not available if at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days. Requires 68-watt charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. For instance, TCU walked into the locker room at halftime in the 2016 Alamo Bowl, down 31-0. The Horned Frogs stormed into the second half and erased a 31-point deficit to force overtime, and eventually won it in the third overtime, 47-41.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today we are looking at increasing clouds along with a few late day showers, high 87. Tonight we get down to the upper 40s, lower 50s. A lot of sunshine on your Saturday with a high of 70. Sunny on Sunday with a high of 72. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
A radio show hosted by two former football players, one slightly more successful than the other. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Here, the Juice are brought to you by our great friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Bob's Football Friday, buddy. What's got you fired up today?
Holy smokes, man. We had a great game on last night. Yep. That's got me juiced. We got a Buckeye game tomorrow. Yeah, baby. Fired up about that. Week 2, getting fired up for college football. Week 1, just starting for the NFL. The fact that Jessica Pegula won in her semifinal match last night, so there will be guaranteed an American man and an American woman in the finals of the U.S. Open. That is going to be a terrific, terrific thing. Sunday games for the kids. Like, this is just a fun, it's a fun time of year. It's incredibly busy. I dread getting to it.
Yeah.
And when I'm in it, it's just
it's a blur.
It's spinning weeks, but I was thinking last night as I was leaving my son's practice, I'm like, there'll be a day, and I've had friends now, their kids get back, they're older, you don't get to coach them, you're not watching them anymore, and it's just, those things are tough. So while there's a lot going on, it's a very busy season, try to enjoy it, try to take some of those little moments, and just remember those, and enjoy them the best I can, and then tonight, getting a chance to go over and deliver the reflection at Ohio State at the golf course for the team. So pretty excited about that, and have been working on that the last couple of days. So pretty juiced about that, and hopefully you have some good words. That's all got me juiced here on this Football Friday.
So I did my research, Bob, and I asked the question, when was the last time that a U.S. man and a U.S. woman were in the finals at the same time? And it was 20 years ago at Wimbledon. You had Andy Roddick in the final. You had Andy Roddick in the final against Roger Federer. Yep. And then you had Serena in the final against Maria Sharapova. Both of them lost. Both of them lost.
Yeah, I knew Roddick lost because he only won the U.S. Open. He got beat by Federer 3 times.
Serena got beaten straight, 6-1, 6-4.
By Sharapova.
Yeah.
Freaking Russians, man.
Sharky.
Yeah.
Schlegs.
Who wants to go live in Tuscaloosa, Alabama? I've been down there. It's delightful, but nobody does. Columbus, Ohio, there's opportunity there.
When you're driving on 65 South.
Yeah, before you get to 330.
Before you get to, Montgomery.
You hit op about halfway down 330 there, Shark.
OPP.
Yeah, you know me.
How about Florala?
That's all. They're all right there for you, buddy.
Hey, I remember when we were going down to New Orleans, we made a pit stop in Pachuta, Mississippi, nice. I think.
The best part is Brian Schottenheimer's wife is from Niceville, right across the border there.
Yeah.
So we always drive through. I'm like, this is amazing.
It's by the Elgin Air Force Base, Bob. I have seen signs for Tuscaloosa, but I've never gotten off to travel 45 minutes from the freeway to get over there. So I don't know. Schlegs has been there. I haven't. I can't comment on that. I got this information yesterday, and you guys are much better at pop culture than I am, but I was listening to Bo yesterday.
Out of your silo.
And he said that Danny Dimes is dating.
Is that confirmed? Is this confirmed?
If Bo said it, it has to be true.
He said it with confidence.
Did you hear it too?
I mean, I've been on social media. I've been following
I know you're into pop culture better than me. Kay Adams, former NFL Network anchor Kay Adams, and Danny Dimes. I had no idea.
I've got a great Kay Adams story I'll tell you off air.
I believe, listen, if Bo said it, I'm going to quote Bo.
Yeah, he's in the know.
He knows what he's talking about. Jude, don't call me Julian. His 8th grade team suffered a 30-18 loss last night to McCord Middle School out of Worthington. So Shanahan is now 1-2 on the season. Jude did have like a 45-yard pass that went to the 1-yard line. And they scored the next play. And he also had about a 40-yard...
He calls his own number. I'll do it myself. Sneak it in.
He had about a 40-yard touchdown run, too. So he played well, but they did not play so well as a team. And then I've got a wedding today.
Is he still bleach blonde?
Yes.
Nice.
Yep. I've got a wedding today at 4:30. I'm sure the reception will go well into the evening, but the tribe is out in the West Coast, so I'll be home to watch their 10-10 start.
What's your guide to a wedding, Sharky?
You mean getting my groove on?
Yeah, I mean, are we dancing? What's our go-to drink? What do we order, the meat or the fish? What's your strategic game plan?
Yeah, I went with the prime rib.
Okay,
of course he did.
Yeah, for tonight's wedding. I don't know what Jan ordered, but I'm looking forward to that. An old neighbor of ours in Dublin getting married.
Nice.
I knew her when she was 2 years old.
Wow.
Now she's 24.
Meredith never drinks gin and tonics. Strictly drinks gin and tonics at weddings.
I like that.
That's the only time that she drinks gin and tonic, G&Ts during the wedding. That's all she drinks.
What are you drinking tonight, Shark? Have some wine?
Vodka and tonic.
Nice.
I don't do gin anymore. It gives me a headache.
Yeah?
Yeah, vodka.
Probably because you drink so much of it.
No.
What's got me juiced is, speaking of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, I think it's tough to replace a guy in Nick Saban, and they have their Kalen DeBoer show down there, as we have the Ryan Day show right here in Buckeye land. And Chris Stewart, the Alabama play-by-play man, confusing Kalen DeBoer with Nick Saban. This has me juiced.
I want to remind everybody here at the restaurant, Baumhauer's Victory Grill, you do get an opportunity to ask Coach Saban a question. We've got a microphone, and we're going to have it here in front. We're going to get to that in just a few moments. What did I say? Did I do it already?
Hey, he's everywhere. I'm sure he's here. I was looking around trying to find him.
Okay, so I don't know who had it in the office pool, but let the record show 6:46 on September the 4th. I finally did it, and I apologize.
You don't have to apologize.
Oh, gosh. Well, I'll be doing JUCO games next week. Coach DeBoer, my sincere apologies.
If that's what I'm called, I think I'm pretty good.
That was terrific.
You know what? What's even more terrific is the way that Kalen DeBoer handled it. Like, lots of levity.
Yeah.
If that's what I'm called, I'm doing all right. Like, it's a great compliment. The guy had Nick Saban there for 15 years. It's week 2. You know, I get it. It's tough. It's a bad mistake, but Kalen handled it as well as you could.
Yeah, he did. That's got me fired up. Got a doctor's appointment for Willie today, a little 18-month checkup. So officially, I think we're dropping the months. People say, how old is he? Like, now he's a year and a half, and then we'll be approaching on 2 coming up here in 6 months' time. The last time we went was our 15. No, 15? It was 15 months because it was
right,
every 3 months.
3 month.
Yeah, it was 15 months was the checkup. We were clocking in at 98% head circumference, 99% weight, and 31% on the height.
Right.
So I'll report back to you on Monday what the percentages is when we get done with our 18-month checkup. So we got that. That's like during nap time today. So I don't know how we're going to handle that.
That's going to be great.
I don't know who scheduled that. Probably me. We're going to set the table for your Week 2 college football slate coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now we have no crashes that we're watching. We are seeing things pick up on I-71 near Polaris. Also on 33 westbound coming in from Canal Winchester. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. The people who refuse to make trade-offs in life. Like Kelly, when her old car insurance got so expensive that she couldn't afford to drive anymore, do you think she started carrying her groceries for miles? No. But she did find Direct Auto's savings that allowed her to drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25%, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a quote today at directauto.com. Savings based on applied discounts and will vary. Terms apply. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Wake up. Breakfast. And Nature Made vitamins. Whatever your morning sounds like, Nature Made fits right in. Whether you're looking for vitamin C, or a multivitamin to get key nutrients, we've got you covered. Now that's a good morning. We take care of you so you can take on your day. Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Giant Eagle and Market District have deals for school days. Find the savings you need to start the back-to-school season. Return to your routine and save big in the process. Over 1,000 items with incredible low prices throughout the store. Deals for days. Visit your local Giant Eagle or Market District today.
Mega Millions! The Ohio Lottery Mega Millions jackpot is up to $740 million. So I'm shouting it from my rooftop. Go play Mega Millions today. Then help me get down. And don't miss out on the excitement of Keno with 300 draws every day. Pick your numbers. Pick your wagers. Keno is always fun. Your way.
Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better, just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years, and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
With NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you can watch the most live NFL games all in one place, which means you can watch the Rams and the Colts and the Vikings and the Bengals and the Buccaneers and the Chargers, or whoever you're rooting for, all in your living room. But not literally, of course. That would be dangerous. Watch every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. Sign up at youtube.com/NFLST. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Mark the Shark. The NFL season kicked off last night with the Chiefs beating the Ravens 27-20 as rookie Xavier Worthy scored 2 touchdowns in his first NFL game. Patrick Mahomes became the Chiefs franchise leader in passing yards, passing Hall of Famer Len Dawson. A funeral service for Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew has been set for Monday in suburban Philadelphia. The Blue Jackets will travel there as a team to attend the ceremony. A pretrial hearing for the driver Sean Higgins is set for a week from today. He remains in jail after being charged with death by auto, reckless driving, and consuming alcohol in a motor vehicle. The Reds pulled off a 3-game sweep of the Astros this week in Cincinnati. Yesterday, Ty Francis homer in the 7th inning was the only run of the game as the Reds blanked the Astros 1-0. The Guardians had the day off. The Sports Center is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame with Awaken 180. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Are you working? Because we barely are. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football and quiet quitting. The Fan. Heading to work? Keep listening to the guys at the office.
Stream the show at 971thefan.com or download the Fan app.
This is Morning Juice.
Hour number 3 of the program for us on a Football Friday. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here, 8:35, AJ Hawk. He's going to join the program. They had Shaq on the show yesterday. We can ask him about that, ask him about what he thinks about the Buckeyes and their Week 1 performance, and then what he's expecting them out of Week number 2. So AJ Hawk here going to join us like he does every Football Friday, coming up here at 8:35.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
All right, we got a busy weekend. Obviously, the Buckeyes playing tomorrow night in primetime against Western Michigan. Now you can join the Fan live on campus Saturday as the Buckeyes will face the Broncos. We're going to be tailgating at the Ozone on Lane beginning at 3:30 p.m. Admission is free. Stage announcements from Timmy Hall and Dane Sonsenbacher. Music from the fabulous Johnson Brothers. The Fan at the Ozone is sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers, Hollywood Casino, Michelob Ultra, Jack Daniels, Pepsi, TNT Equipment, and Tito's Handmade Vodka. So we got that going for us, which is going to be great. Should be an awesome day down on campus tomorrow. I mean, the weather tonight doesn't maybe look the best. So if you're going out to high school football games, like you may have a few storms or a few showers to navigate, but tomorrow looks to be like perfect football weather for you. I mean, 70, I think, is going to be the high tomorrow, Bob. The low tomorrow night is going to be somewhere in the area of like 45 degrees.
Sweater weather, Beam.
Yeah.
You can wear whatever you want, man.
Meredith and her mom are going to a concert tomorrow night.
Meredith has to babysit Kelly at a concert?
Yeah, basically, that's what's going on. So they're going to a concert
tomorrow night. Who's the DD when they do that?
That'll be Mayor. So we... I
think Mayor will just say, like, let's just get an Uber mom so we can both have fun?
That's in Huber Heights, so I think Kelly will be off the chain. Mayor will be the responsible one, as always.
Oh, back at home. That'll be great.
Yeah, so it's at, what is this place called? The Rose, maybe? I think it's right off 70. It's right.
That sounds like a party.
Well, there is a place in Dayton. If you're on
Hammerjacks?
No, not Hammerjacks. Let's see, what road is it on?
I mean, I've been to Hammerjack. I think it's close.
I think it's on 725. If you go like from Centerville and you get off and you're going towards Miamisburg, there is a nightclub called the Yellow Rose. That place, Bob, that's a good night. That's a great place.
That sounds like a great place post-concert for an hour before you conclude the night in diamonds. Can you ask Mayor if we can GoPro Kells for this?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I think it'd be tremendous.
I think it would be too. So they got that going tomorrow. My mom's going to come up. Tomorrow we're going to hang out with Willie, so it should be a fantastic day. I don't know what we're going to do in the afternoon. My grandma was up on Wednesday, and she just turned 90 this past year, and she's got a lot of different issues that she's working through. And
she's 90 years old. As long as you get her the Mickeys, she's fine.
Yeah, and the Mike, give me another Mikeys.
Mikeys, whatever.
I mean, she was tremendous playing cards. Didn't really remember how to play euchre because she plays like six-handed euchre and all these bunch of different games. And then I'm her partner. She's like, okay, yeah, remember Jack, big boy. Okay, offsuit Jack, second big boy. 3 hands in. Stay-at-home partner. She get back-to-back lay-down loners. It was terrific. Yeah. And so she asked me the other day.
Money.
She asked me the other day, and I do think it's pretty remarkable. I mean, she talks about her passing like quite frequently. Like
my grandma would always say, "I tell the Lord it's time for me to go."
Yeah, I've
seen enough.
Like God love her, and so
when you're old enough to joke about your death, that means you've lived a good life,
absolutely.
man. Like you've got nothing. Being the checklist is all the way full.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing else on there. Like, what am I going to do? Go play some more?
She's just enjoying the hell out of hanging out with Willie, hanging out with her family, drinking Mikeys, like just loving it.
She's on bonus. Literally, it's the final scene in the event Marvel movies. After the credits have rolled, it's always funny. It's always fun. You just do whatever you want.
So
it's a judge-free zone.
Last weekend, or maybe it was a couple weekends ago. Yeah, because Ohio State played last week. So it was down in Dayton a couple of weeks ago. I mean, she was drinking her Mikeys, which is Mike's Hard Lemonade, for those of you who don't know. And so she's having a couple of those. We're having dinner and everything. And then she switches to Coors Light as we're getting ready to play euchre. And so she gets up the next morning. I got to go over there and get the dog before bringing him back to Columbus. I said, "Ma'ams, how you feeling?" She goes, "Good." I said, "Yeah?" I said, "You had a few beers last night." She goes, "Yeah, what did I have? 1 beer?" And I'm like, "One? You had 3 when I was sitting with you playing cards." She goes, "Oh, they're so good." But she did ask me.
Smooth, I think.
She's 90 years old, and the one thing that she has never done in her life is gone to an Ohio State game. She's never been to the Horseshoe. And she asked me, she goes, Can you procure tickets? I said, "Not for everybody, but for you, I'm pretty sure I can. We can make that happen." And she goes, "I'd like to see a night game." And I'm like,
"Oh my, come on, Grandma!
You're 90 years old. I don't know.
You don't have to worry about the heat. This would be a good one to go to."
Yeah, but she doesn't love the cold.
It's 47.
But she's 90 years old. She gets cold when it's 65.
She lives in Dayton, not in Florida.
Well, she does live in Florida for half.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, she's a snowbird.
But not yet. She's still a creature of this time.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: when you do that, I'm guessing your grandma would qualify for a disability seating, so it would be easier to get her in and out.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that's the problem. Like you can't have her walking.
I know
up
that's
all the steps.
that was my same exact thought.
If you talk to the ticket office when you get tickets, she would qualify for that. That would be right in her wheelhouse, and that would be perfect for her.
I said, "What would you most look forward to in seeing the game?" She goes, "Well, I'd love to see the band." I'm like, "Yeah, the band, best damn band in the land. That's pretty good." And she goes, "But I'd love to tailgate out there. The tailgating scene looks
Then you
great."
might not be making it to the game, Grandma.
Why would you want to tailgate for a primetime game? Do that at a noon game. You'll be home by 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, sleep in the chair.
Yeah,
you might need to get her a wheelchair. That way, Grandma, you don't even have to get up. We can just sit you in here.
You don't even need to get up to go to the bathroom.
That's the problem. Is like my grandparents. I don't think they ever saw. I have to ask my mom and dad. I know my mom's mom didn't, but I don't think my dad's parents saw me in the shoe maybe once. It's just like they were older. I mean, it's like the prospect, because we didn't have we had to park normally. Like the parking from where you park to get in there.
It's a hike.
Outside of being in the east or west lot, it's going to be brutal for someone who's at advanced age and cannot walk that well. Like there's times after too many drinks, I have a hard time walking to and from wherever we got to go to. That one leg beam starts getting shorter than the other. You start dragging it behind you. Things look closer than they appear.
Yeah, I gotta get my grandma to a game. I'm trying to decide which game will be the best.
It'll be like get her to the Greek.
It really will.
Maybe Marshall.
Maybe Marshall. Maybe Marshall might be the game here in a couple of weeks' time because Ohio State has a bye week next week. And
everything is like sitting in traffic on the way in there.
I know. I'm aware of these things. But if she wants to go, damn it, I think we're going to try to get her to a football game.
By the way, Beam, someone just told us the Yellow Rose is great.
Yeah. I plead the fifth.
I feel like I need to go there.
There's also a place called Cheeks.
Cheeks.
Like, plural.
Is that like cheeks on your face or cheeks on your haunches?
We got a lot of great things over there.
I mean, listen, I've been to the Oregon district at Hammerjacks. I mean, you forget, by the way, I may have been there with the current Notre Dame coach.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we went back, and it's like, hey.
937 legend.
Absolutely. Mr. M. Free. Well, he wasn't even Marcus then. That night, he was M. Free.
Is that his alter ego?
He turned into a different dude.
Just like how Russ is Mr. Unlimited?
100%.
Yeah.
M. Free, I told him, I saw him down at Cincinnati, it was 95 degrees, and he had a black zip-up jacket on. I go, what are you doing? Hanging out with Bradley Cooper in L.A.? Like, he was all, like, he looks super suave. I'm like, bro, I'm sweating watching you. You were out in the sun on this rooftop deal down in Cincinnati, a sweet hotel. And I'm like, you have a black jacket. You're dabbing your forehead. You know why? Because it's 1,000 degrees, and you chose to wear long sleeves like nylon. I mean,
that's a bold play.
Like, dude, that's not Marcus. That's M. Free right there, buddy. The guy who's concerned about fashion and fun more than anything else.
Shane said on the YouTube chat, by the way, you can watch us on YouTube. Just type in 97.1 The Fan, hit the subscribe button. Shane said Yellow Rose had a mechanical bull way back in the day when I would frequent.
Yeah.
I never went there when it was mechanical bull night.
Well, maybe they'll bring it back for you.
The throwback night. What are you most looking forward to the college football slate this week? I think obviously
Yellow Rose.
Texas and Michigan is going to be a banger.
You know what? I've heard people say that it's going to be a blowout, and then I've heard people that I respect say that it's going to be closer. So I don't know. Like, that was how the Florida-Miami game was. I am thinking that this game is going to probably be 14 because Michigan will just get worn down. That defense will get worn down in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine the offense playing well enough to score enough and stay on the field long enough to give that defense reprieve. However, people are like, the defense is great at Michigan.
It is. It's really good.
I'm not debating that. But like, I've been on, here's how I know. Because I've been on the other side of those games when you're getting no help from the offense. And it's just like, by the time you sit down, you make an adjustment.
Back on the field.
And they're like, punt alert. And I'm like, no. Just you tell me.
Timeout.
That's what I said. Can we just call a timeout? Like, why? Just so we can get some rest. I'm like, we go 3 and out. We have to go back out there and stop them again. Vic, you got to outplay their defense. Well, their offense is better than our offense, so we have a steeper challenge, okay? So I'm done with that nonsense. And sometimes the damn
nobody
just
cares.
breaks.
Put the helmet on.
Nobody
Get back
does
out there.
care. Nobody does care. When we lost to Iowa in 2004, it was a game like that. I think it was like 14-6 at half, and ended up being like 31-13 or something. Like, you can't keep going out on the field. Okay, you just can't do it. So I was worried about that. I am excited about that. I want to see if Oregon, and by the way, is 0-3 to Boise. How Boise responds, like if Oregon responds, how they step it back up.
In Eugene, that's a primetime game for them too. That's a 10 o'clock.
Oh,
start.
it's 7:30 there.
It's 7 o'clock there. It is 10 o'clock here.
That
so as the Buckeyes are hopefully putting Western Michigan to bed tomorrow night, that game will be underway. Now the bad news about that, Shark, if you wanted to watch that game, that's a Peacock extravaganza.
I like it.
Not watching being.
Well, I know, but you got the
subscribing.
You've got the Buckeyes on, and you've got the Guards on, so you probably weren't going to watch that game anyways.
Right.
But if you are looking for that game tomorrow, that is going to be a Peacock game.
And I think the CBS Paramount game, Iowa State, Iowa, the Cy-Hawk. It's a big game for the Big Ten. Iowa wins that game. Like, they're 2-0.
Iowa looked really good. Outside of like the first quarter last week, their offense looked pretty good.
Hey, you could say the same thing about the Buckeyes.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, they've had 3 touchdown passes to wide receivers.
Yeah, but the expectations are a little bit different.
They had 3 touchdown passes to wide receivers. I think that's the most they've had in the last 2 seasons, like over a whole season.
Jeez. Is that real?
I think that's a real stat.
That can't be real.
I'm almost positive.
I mean, it can be real, but
I don't think they had a whole lot of touchdown passes to begin with the last year or two.
Come on.
I'm almost positive. 2 wide receivers. Tight ends don't count. Like Luke Lachey, although he was hurt last year, he doesn't count. So I'm almost positive that that's a thing.
I'm gonna look that up during the break.
Okay.
And then also too, don't forget tomorrow you got Nebraska, Colorado, which I think will be pretty
that's
solid.
going to be a banger. Is that big? No,
that's a primetime game.
Oh yeah, that'll be good.
That's a night game. Speaking of the Buckeyes, they're playing Western Michigan tomorrow. How did How did Ryan Day's first game as head coach, not in control of play calling, go? You're going to hear from him coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now, no major problems that we're watching. Seeing traffic pick up on I-71 near downtown and on 161 out in New Albany. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors. Voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
Marty Brenneman here for Tri-State Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health for treating erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues. And they're the leader for a reason, because I can tell you from my own experience of being treated there, Tri-State Men's Health is top shelf. Far too many men wait to get their ED treated, but I want to tell you today that you shouldn't wait any longer. If you're suffering with ED and are like most guys, a medical team at Tri-State Men's Health will get you back on track fast. They have the experience, they have the treatment protocols, and they know what they're doing. At Tri-State Men's Health, they have ED treatments that are effective in well over 90% of men. They can even combine treatments for better results. You might even find yourself performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to TriStateMen'sHealth.com. They have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
You were charging your phone? I waited hours for you.
That's how long it takes.
Join Metro and get a free Motorola Edge that'll charge for the day in 15 minutes. At Metro, there's no activation fees. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number ID and sign up for Metro Flex Plus plan. Offer not available if at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days. Requires 68-watt charger, sold separately. Actual performance will vary.
How do people feel about getting Big Fitness Energy at Planet Fitness for $15 a month? They feel as thrilled as a kid the first summer they're tall enough to ride the roller coaster. That's right. When you join Planet Fitness right now, you get access to tons of equipment and free fitness training in a clean and spacious club. Don't wait. Join the judgment-free zone today for that all-day energy. Download the free Planet Fitness app and join today for $15 a month.
Hurry. Deal ends September 12th. Join today for $15 a month.
See Home Club for details.
Common Man and T-Bone are known for many things. And while great radio ain't one of them, shoving food down their gullets is their specialty. Join Man and Bone for Fat Boy Food Tip.
Live at 3 or on the podcast.
Your home for fat. The Fan.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Check out this fresh deal on ground beef. 80% lean ground beef in 3-pound packages is only $3.99 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Welcome to the Plus side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party. Because on the Plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further. Become a member today and experience peace of mind on the Plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Have you experienced foot or ankle pain during or after sports, running, or exercising at the gym? Nagging aches in your foot or ankle that won't go away? Podiatric physicians can provide you with important foot care solutions, shoe inserts, or show you how to support your feet and ankles so you're able to compete or exercise comfortably. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and have been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Have you lost Ohio Medicaid? At healthcare.gov, you can find a low-cost, quality health plan.
Do plans cover doctor visits?
What about emergency care?
And prescriptions?
All covered and more. Plus, with the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today we are looking at temperatures climbing up to around 87. Late day showers possible. Heading into tonight, looking at clear skies, low 55. Clear on your Saturday with a high of 70. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Keep on swiping that card, baby. Keep on swiping that card. Charge it to winning. This is Morning Juice.
Coming up here in our next segment, 8:33, AJ Hockey's going to join the program as he usually does every single football Friday. Excited to talk to AJ. They were talking to Shaq yesterday on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Shaq had a great sign-off. He goes, I don't know who the guy on the other screen, but he's beautiful.
Shaq is so amazing.
Yeah, it was great. So we'll check in with AJ coming up here. As it says on the plug sheet, Buckeye legend, which he is. So he's coming up here around 8:33.
He's a Hall of Famer, baby.
Yeah, absolutely he is, man. Excited to talk to him every single Friday.
Why? I want to confirm 3 wide receiver touchdowns all last season for Iowa.
Wow.
They had 9 receiving touchdowns all year, Shark. The other 6 were by tight ends or running backs. So 3
So
all
they had
season.
9 passing touchdowns all year?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah, because remember, Luke Lachey was hurt. So I think he would help pump those numbers last year.
Yeah, I agree.
Eric All had 4. Ostrenga had 2. And then they were both tight ends. Vines had 1 as a receiver. Brown had 1 as a receiver. Anderson has one as a receiver. Williams had 1 as a running back. So
things are looking up over there.
The total 9 receiving touchdowns.
And you know their defense is always going to be good.
Jay Higgins, their middle linebacker, is good.
Yeah.
Their secondary is good. They won 10 games with 9 passing touchdowns.
With literally no offense. None.
It was bad. 9
passing touchdowns.
There were games where their point total over-unders were getting down into the under 30.
Who was it, the Northwestern game or the Rutgers game? I don't remember last year, but it was the lowest in college football history. It was the lowest.
Oh, it was like 28, I think.
I think it was either like 28.5 or 27.5. And the under hit like multiple times when the over-under got
because they were in their 30s, and then people finally wised up and
they're like, hey, they're not scoring that much.
Started creeping down into the 20s. Which
take the under and Iowa money line.
By the way, the under was hitting. Northwestern was 10-7. Like Rutgers, they won 22-0. Illinois, I think they actually blew the over because it had gotten so low, but it was 15-13, so it was 28. So I think the over had finally gotten so low. But Nebraska, they won that game 13-10, 23.
Yeah.
Like
the under's hitting all the time.
You're never setting a point total line that low.
No.
Like under 30 is crazy.
That's usually for individual teams.
Yes.
Like an individual team would have like that amount of points scored.
It's remarkable.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They've got a pretty manageable schedule this year.
Yeah, they come here to Columbus here, week 5?
That is their only ranked team currently on the schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, that is...
I guess it's technically week 6.
Yeah, because there's a bye. They don't play Washington, or they play Washington, but they don't play Oregon, they don't play Michigan, they don't play Penn State, and they don't play USC.
All right. That's pretty good for them.
I don't know who they talk to in the scheduling office, but they got Washington and UCLA. Nebraska might be ranked by the end of the season. That'll be their senior day. That's ticketed to be a night game. Like it's on NBC, Iowa. That should be pretty good.
That's why it's a big game for them tomorrow.
Yeah, well, and that's Nebraska. That'll be both of them.
Yeah.
If Nebraska and Iowa both win, that is huge for the Big Ten folks. Because I think the Big Ten has a very good chance of getting 4 teams in this year, based upon the ACC and Big 12 smelling like poop.
Yep.
So if those teams win, like those are reference points. Like Ohio State could be playing an undefeated Nebraska. That's huge.
And undefeated Iowa.
And an undefeated Iowa. Both of them could be undefeated. Yeah. If those teams are undefeated, they're big enough brands. If they get these wins, they'll be in the top 25.
Easily.
So that'll be bigger. It'll just feel bigger, Beam. That's what you want.
They can feel bigger.
You want it to feel and sound big, and that's what it's going to do.
Ryan Day yesterday having his coach's show, which you can listen to every Thursday at noon right here on The Fan. How about him being freed up without having to call plays? How'd that go for him week 1?
Free.
Having an opportunity to really have your eyes off the call sheet and kind of up and just seeing it all is different. More involved with special teams, more involved just, with everybody across the board, looking guys in the eye, getting a feel for how guys are, and making sure the substitution patterns are clean in both or all 3 phases, having an opportunity to grab the tablet in between and kind of look at things in all 3 phases. So, and then just getting your thoughts together in terms of game management, eyes on the clock. if it's inside of 15 seconds, I think, again, the coordinators need to know when that thing's about to shut off, and then it needs to go to signaling, where you are in the game, down and distance, those type of things, just, involved with the management of the game overall.
And you and I had talked about this, Bob, in the lead into this game, and really the lead into the season. It's a lot easier. I mean, you talk about being on the sidelines. Okay, 3 and out. Boom, you guys are already back there. Like, imagine doing that while calling plays, trying to diagnose what's going on in the field and which play calls you're going to run. And then all of a sudden, it's like, hey, defense forced a 3 and out. Offense is back out on the field. Like, there's no room for you to operate in any other capacity other than calling those plays on game day. And that's something that, with these new changes in college football and Ryan Day's ability to separate himself from actually calling plays, he can be more involved in everything.
Well, and I'll tell you this, as a player, that's going to suck a little bit, because especially on off and even on defense.
I got the head coach yelling at me.
Well, because think about it. If a guy jumps off sides or misses a block or does something, like, as a head coach, you got to turn the page. If you're the play caller can't be worried about yelling at him, because then I've been a part of coaches that are like that, like, hey, we need a play. We're already down to 20 now because you spent the last 15 seconds yelling at this dude about something that just happened.
Play.
You always have to be, it's kind of like Sam Ball when he was asking you for the ball when you were playing golf. You can't dwell on the last. Now, since Ryan isn't calling plays anymore, he can grab a dude and be like, what are you doing? What are we doing out there? And you get a full 2-play butt chewing.
How about, did you see Carlos Laughlin with James Peoples the other week?
Carlos Laughlin, I mean.
So James Peoples had a nice run. He dropped the ball. He fell on the ball immediately. Came off the sideline.
Did they see
Coach
that?
Locke was feisty.
I didn't give it to him, though. You're like hoping, did they see it? Maybe they didn't see it. And then all of a sudden, when you're running off, the coach, you find him, and he's just staring at you like a cobra head. And you're thinking, oh, gosh. I think I saw Coach Laughlin in Locked Up Abroad. I think he was one of the guards in there.
That dude is huge.
Oh, he's juiced.
His arms are popping out of those polos, man.
He's an awesome guy. One of the best. The accountability he has, high degree. So now you're not only getting it from Locke, you're getting it from Ryan. Too late. He's already tagging the next guy in. This next guy, he's the jackrabbit, Rothman. He's coming in there, boom, boom, boom. So you can't escape it anymore. It's like Get Hard with Will Ferrell. Like, you can't get out of there.
No.
It's a brutal situation.
How about the jump from week 1 to week 2? What's he looking at in improvement?
For me, I still want, 0 mistakes, 0 penalties, 0 pre-snap procedures, those type of things. So, those are the things that, irritate you, and you got to clean up because we want to be really, really clean. So, we got no tolerance for that kind of, those mistakes. Let's see the pre-snap stuff. If it's an effort thing, Davidson, first snap, he's all, jacked up. Do I think he should have come at him, like that late? No. Do I think he should have, even been in that situation? No. He's going really, really hard. He's got to be smart. He's got to be disciplined. But it's the procedural stuff that drives you insane. So, overall, it was okay, but we all can be better.
Sure, and walk through today in team meetings, Bob. It will be a huge point of emphasis in the procedure stuff because Ohio State, they only had the one penalty from IGB on that late hit. Everything else, every other penalty, 6 for 30 yards outside of the 15-yarder on that late hit against Davis and Nick Benosin. Everything else was procedural. So there's still room to grow.
That's not good. That's what I'm saying. That gives Ryan time. Get him out of here. What do you mean? Pull him out. Like, it's awesome. They make dudes run laps when
in the stadium in front of
last year they had that. Last year they had that penalty. Like, I think that was the last year they had the penalty issues. I want to say maybe it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was last year.
But since then, it's like, dude, jump off sides in practice, take a lap. It's Herman Boone, run a mile. Like, that's
drop ball, run a mile,
and that's what it is. Like, there has to be accountability to it, and now, since the head coach isn't calling plays, you are going to become ultra accountable. It's like, your mom's wait till your dad gets home, you got working, there are not things going on. Hey, dad's sitting here waiting for you ready. That's not a good situation to be in. Like, you don't
in my case, mom.
Yeah, well, it depends. Yeah, when Mary comes home, then she lays down the law. Mm-hmm. But you never want that. It's brutal. So I get it. All right. As I'm dancing around here, sorry, Beam. I apologize because, you know what? Shark's going to try to hit the pool one more time this week. And I think he's going to be okay. He'll go shirtless, maybe some grease. And if you don't feel good about it, hey, go check out my folks at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone hormone replacement therapy. They're not just here to optimize your T levels. Nope, they can handle weight loss for you as well. They can help you lose weight and alleviate the symptoms that come with low testosterone. They'll ship the products right to your home, folks. They're tremendous in the office. They've got semaglutide injections as well That's testosterone treatments. You can pair them together so that way you can get the best of everything. You get feeling good, you lose some weight, you get some muscles so you feel better about yourself. You can work out and you can live the life you want. So go to feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
AJ Hawk joins us coming up next to preview all things Buckeyes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. No major crashes we're watching right now. A little bit slow moving at the 7170 split downtown because of a crash from earlier this morning. But other than that, things moving along just fine. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Nothing makes being outdoors better than having the right gear and the right crew. So here's an idea. Let Mountain Dew supply the gear and you bring the friends. Because when you buy specially marked multi-packs of Mountain Dew, you can collect points and earn epic limited edition outdoor gear. We're talking everything from custom Mountain Dew camp chairs and backpack coolers to exclusive Mountain Dew tents, fishing boats, and more. So buy Dew, collect points, get gear, and get outside with Mountain Dew outdoor gear.
Open to legal U.S. residents 18+. Subject to program terms at dewoutdoors.com and 12/31/24. Void or prohibited.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
At Pella, we use the newest technology to show you exactly how new windows would look on your home.
Well, we keep it simple at our window place. We use a number 2 pencil to draw what your house will look like with our new windows. See?
Oh yeah, that definitely looks like a number 2.
Thank you, Leslie. Wait, I see what you did there.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
At Byers Auto, we've been football fans since 1897, back when tailgates had actual tails. Our legacy of supporting our local team is as strong as our commitment to providing exceptional vehicles. While we're known for our new cars, we also offer a variety of pre-owned vehicles that meet our rigorous standards. Our friendly staff is here to help you find the perfect vehicle for your lifestyle and budget. Visit us in person or shop online at ByersAuto.com. Come see why it's better to buy at Byers.
Wake up. Breakfast. And Nature Made vitamins. Whatever your morning sounds like, Nature Made fits right in. Whether you're looking for vitamin C or a multivitamin to get key nutrients, we've got you covered. Now that's a good morning. We take care of you so you can take on your day. Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app, or listen at home on your smart speaker, or open up the iHeartRadio app, or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at The Fan.
From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spokes puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bob's to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop in store or at mybobs.com to play now.
Who does Joe Biden have to thank for backing his extreme liberal agenda?
I want to thank my buddy Sherrod Brown.
Sherrod Brown backed Biden, voting to let transgender biological men participate in women's sports, and supported allowing puberty blockers and even sex change surgeries for minor children.
My buddy Sherrod Brown.
And Brown backed Bidenomics, reckless Washington spending and inflation causing prices to soar, groceries up 22%, electricity up 32%, gas up 50%. The Brown-Biden price increases are smothering hardworking Ohio families. Their extreme liberal policies are hurting Ohio. And who's to thank for this mess?
I want to thank my buddy Sherrod Brown.
Biden's buddy, Sherrod Brown. Way too liberal for Ohio. Vote no. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
When your job demands more than just hard work, trust Timberland Pro, the brand that defines superior comfort, performance, and durability. Built on a legacy of craftsmanship, Timberland Pro provides boots and apparel that stand up to the toughest challenges. Our products are as resilient as the skilled men and women who wear them. From the workshop to the job site, Timberland Pro is there with you every step of the way, blending innovation with time-tested quality. Discover why professionals choose Timberland Pro. Always do, never done. Visit timberlandpro.com or your local Timberland Pro dealer.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions.
Today's MVP, Tom Kelly's carbon fiber mountain bike. Because more than riding his carbon fiber mountain bike, Tom loves telling people about his carbon fiber mountain bike. Friends, family, even a local barista knows about his carbon fiber mountain bike. And that's why Tom's carbon fiber mountain bike, if you haven't heard about it, is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
What's the going rate for a good babysitter? Also, Shark needs a raise. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Cruise along here, little Football Friday edition of the program. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. And on Fridays at this time, we get to check in with this fine American.
A man with many career achievements. Leading tackler in Centerville football history. Leading tackler in Green Bay Packers history. Still afraid of Larry Knopfsinger. And the crowning achievement, the third member of the Island Boys, A.J. Hawk.
Sponsored by FanDuel, the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice.
As we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline, checking with our great friend. He is A.J. Hawk. Age, happy Friday, buddy. How was Ireland? We haven't had a chance to talk to you since the trip.
Oh, yeah. Hey, happy Friday. Ireland was awesome, man. I was there for probably 35, 40 hours, and we had a great time while we were there. It was beautiful. The people were awesome. So, yeah, I look forward to going back someday.
Oh, they all look like you over there. I mean, it's tremendous. Not a lot of sunscreen needed. I mean, how many of those, 40 hours, 50 hours were we sober? Because I saw you hammer down those Guinnesses, your favorite.
Yeah, Guinness, is not exactly something I drink every day back in the States, but I definitely wanted to, try the local, let the locals know that I was involved in what they're doing. And I enjoyed it while I was there. I didn't really bring a whole lot of Guinness back here. But, yeah, it was fun. I mean, I would say everybody that went on the trip seemed to have a really good time. So, yeah, I was one of them.
That's fantastic, buddy. I'm glad that you guys had a great trip. Looked awesome. Looked like you guys were having a fantastic time. Out there. All right, so let's get down to business, AJ. Football beginning here, of course, last week for the Buckeyes. What was your takeaway from this defense? Because early on looked to be great. Second half were great. It just seems like everything is kind of put in a vice grip with this Silver Bullet defense.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Like when you say put in a vice grip, it's true. Like playing great defense, like there's no secret to it. It's old school, like fundamental. Your gap sound. Hey, if you're supposed to be in the B gap as a D lineman, you stay in that B gap and you dominate your one-on-one battle you're having, and the guys behind you are going to play off of that, and they all have their own responsibilities and they use the proper leverage, and that's what I saw. Like I saw a team, and especially a defense that was absolutely flying. Like I love how fast they are. I love how physical they are, and I think obviously they have a ton of talent. But when you mix a ton of talent with that kind of tenacity and that kind of violence and how they were finishing and everything that they were doing, and obviously taking the ball away too was huge. I think you're in for hopefully for a fun season of watching football. I'm a fan of. I love watching defenses like that seem to be having fun and that every single time that they're tackling somebody, like they want 5, 6, 7, 8 guys on the ball making that tackle.
I mean, listen, that's a combination that's almost as good as the Arnie Palmy, AJ. I mean, that's there's deadly concoctions, fun and talent, playing fast and physical, tremendous. Hey, I had to text Beebs last night. We talked 2 weeks ago. I told you I was sending over the scream mask. The scream mask was delivered. I mean, I feel bad the fact that I didn't get any response. I mean, who's wearing that? You, the kids? I mean, who's got the mask that we've been cruising around with?
Well, I just found out, Bob. All of a sudden, the screen mask showed up, and then it was sitting I saw it by the front door, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna kind of hide this thing, try not to, make my kids, run off into the woods scared again after they watch Scream with their grandpa. So I kind of hid it for a second, and all of a sudden it was on my sink
nightstand
in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It was on my sink, actually. I'm sitting there like, man, what's the deal with this screen mask? I never thought anything of it from you. And then all of a sudden, Laura told me, hey, Bob sent that screen mask. And I think, oh, okay, now everything makes sense now. So, yeah, maybe I will throw that thing on, and maybe I'll run around the streets of UA tonight, Bob. Who knows?
Like that. That's great. Are we gonna head down to the game this weekend? I mean, I know you like to get the kids to a couple games throughout the year now that they're getting a little older.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna go tomorrow night or not. I think we're definitely eyeballing that Marshall game. We know some other people. I hope you're gonna be there, Bob. You know, you're my hookup. You know great sights and sounds of game day. So I think for the Marshall game, we're gonna try to bring the whole crew most likely. But you never know. That's the cool thing too. Like my kids are at an age too where they want maybe just one of them or two of them, really want to go, and I'll fly up there. I don't know. We'll see. I definitely want to watch these guys play in person multiple times.
He is AJ Hawk with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. AJ, that game last night between the Chiefs and the Ravens, it was good till the last drop. Isaiah Likely catches the touchdown pass in the end zone. His toe was out of bounds by probably a half an inch or an inch or so. So the Chiefs end up winning that game 27-20. But you as a defender and some of the guys that you played against, these illegal procedure penalties that they were calling seemingly all night against the Ravens, and really making it a point of emphasis for those tackles not to take like that quarter of a drop step off the line of scrimmage. I said earlier, I'm like, we may see like NFL sack records shattered this year with some of these guys like a Myles Garrett or Micah Parsons, like giving them any bit of an advantage and taking away that drop step. I just think is going to lead to way more sacks across the league if that's a point of emphasis for them.
I mean, if you watch that game, you realize real quick, okay, the officials and everybody, like they got a memo, they got whatever, that, hey, this is what we need to try to take care of, and we need to set the tone early and let every team know that this is not going to happen anymore. And you're right, like it may not seem like a huge deal to somebody that doesn't maybe watch a whole lot of football or just a casual, but that's a huge deal for those tackles. Like tackles it's such a difficult job to try to block those guys off the edge with the speed and power they have. And if you got to bump them up, 6 inches or so, like that's a big deal. Like those guys are creatures of habit. They work their footwork and their stance like all day, every day. They've been doing that since they were a little kid. So when you're trying to adjust it in game, like, I just wonder going into the game if the refs will let them know, like, hey, we're going to be calling this tight tonight. Make sure that you guys are up there and your head breaks the belt line or whatever. And that's the thing too. No one even really understands how to explain the rule. Like when they talk about it on TV, like your head's got to cross like the belt line of the guy in front of you, the center, whatever. Like there's not even a true exact definition of what that means, but everyone's guilty of it. And now I guess they're going to try to clean it up. But man, if you're an edge rusher, you got to be loving it. And you love seeing that they just continue over and over and over. They keep doing it. And so they're not going to let it happen. I guess that's one of the things. But it's going to lead to, like you said, maybe some more strip sacks, maybe some bigger numbers for these edge guys.
Yeah, it's wild. I think they used to be, AJ, when we were playing, they always said you got to have your head crossing the center's belt. Now I think they'd gotten so lax. It was like, well, you have to have at least on like his legs, like the rear of his, rear of his butt cheek. And I'm like, okay. And then maybe they're starting to reinforce that and push it back because it was wild to kind of see that happen that much. Before we let you go, you got a chance to talk to someone who I really enjoy. I'm pretty sure you do as well. The Diesel on McAfee. And he referred to you as such a beautiful man on the other screen. I mean, how do you handle that type of confidence? And I mean, how are you going to be strutting around Laura now when she's got the cock of the walk?
I need to send her that clip. I know she definitely didn't see any of it. I need to send her that clip and let her know, just remind her a little bit that, she married me for my looks, no question. So that's why I knew what it was. But no, Shaq's the man. I love Shaq's in that, he owns or is part of a billion different businesses, and he's out there and he's DJing. I need to go to one of his DJ shows. That would be sweet. But yeah, Bob, it's always good. You just got to accept it. Just say thank you for the compliment, Shaq. Even though I know you don't mean it, I still appreciate the thought.
Hey, who's that beautiful man over there? Looking so sexy on that other screen.
Yeah, he made a comment about my jawline or something.
Oh, yeah.
He came on before. So yeah, his thing. He goes around the room and likes to either pump people up or maybe tear them down a little bit, maybe just a tiny bit.
Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Have a great afternoon. Enjoy the football weekend, and we'll check in again next week. All right.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
There he goes, AJ Hawk with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. 3 keys to a Buckeye victory next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we're just watching one crash on I-71 northbound, just past the 71-270 split on the south side. We've got crews blocking the right shoulder. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
This September, Diamonds Direct's ultimate offer is back, stronger than ever. Diamonds Direct helps you get the perfect jewelry gift with 0% interest. That's right. Enjoy 5 years of 0% financing on any Diamonds Direct purchase. It's your chance to get her the perfect ring with 0 interest and comfortable monthly payments that fit your budget. But act fast. This offer ends September 30th. For details and more, visit diamondsdirect.com. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Only at Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Football is built on tradition, and so is the Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With a lifetime powertrain warranty on every vehicle purchase, you know you're getting a relationship that's built to last. Need service? Our Carvenience service takes care of everything, from picking up your vehicle to dropping it off when it's done, leaving you with a rental car in between. And with 4 dealerships and a collision center, Hinderer Motor Company is your one-stop shop for all things automotive. Visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
At Kroger Pharmacy, CARE is making it easy to get vaccinated. CARE is helping you stay protected from flu, COVID, and RSV. Seasonal vaccines are available 7 days a week with evening hours. CARE is giving you a shot at staying healthy this season. Walk in whenever is best and get multiple vaccines in one visit at your local Kroger Pharmacy. So come and get the protection you need while protecting those around you. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Visit Kroger.com/vaccines for more. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See site for details.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
The Buckeye Show.
What will Will do if you're 30 touchdowns? I'm looking for 30 touchdowns. I'm needing to see single-digit interceptions.
The Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light and sponsored by Care Source.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling. 1-800-COOLING.
We're dealing at Reichert Ford.
$2,500 low price guarantee.
With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Thousands of vehicles are waiting at ReichertFord.com.
Right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew, federally insured by NCUA.
Delaware County Veterans Services invites you to visit The Wall That Heals from September 12th through the 15th at Havner Park in Liberty Township. Pay homage to those that have served in the Vietnam War. The Wall That Heals is free and open to the public. To learn more, please visit thewallthathealsohio.com.
Are you ready to unleash the beast? Monster Energy is here to give you the edge this college tailgate season. Loaded with bold flavors, our powerful blend gives you the energy you need to push you beyond your limits. Tune in all season long with Monster, the energy drink of ESPN Radio College Football Tour. Power your performance with a drink that's as hungry for victory as you are. Crack open an ice-cold Monster and dominate the competition. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Grab yours today.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today we are looking at increasing clouds along with a few late day showers, high 87. Tonight we get down to the upper 40s, lower 50s. A lot of sunshine on your Saturday with a high of 70. Sunny on Sunday with a high of 72. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Saturday is game day on The Fan.
Sponsored by Reichert Ford.
Every game, every season, your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan. high school, Bobby was a district swimming finalist. Also, Beamer still wears floaties. This is Morning Juice.
Wrapping things up here, Football Friday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark, and we here on the Juice are brought to you by our great friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Uncle Bo and the boys going to be up on a Football Friday next. Special guest for them. As always, they're going to be joined by Tim May, of course, 10:33. 9:48 here this morning, so an hour away from right now. Ohio State Athletic Director Ross Bjork. He's going to join the program.
Nice.
Yeah.
It'll be exciting, man. Ross is doing a great job here. So, wonder what his first Ohio State football game as AD was officially like.
It was busy, too. I mean, they had the Archie unveiling.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on. So, Ross Bjork going to join the program coming up here in about 1 hour's time with Uncle Bo. So, that should be awesome to hear. Before we get to 3 keys to a Buckeye victory, it is a Buckeye Friday, so we'd be remiss not to play this.
And every time we take the field, everybody can count on you.
You know what? We got goals, man. We got all these things that we're thinking about, and they're standing in our way of what we want to get to, man.
You play to your training, you play to your habits, you play to your brothers.
In the country. Right up there. 1, 2, 3, fire! You want everyone to fuck guys off, bro! Let them pay the most! Send them out every play! Send them out every play!
They're really good. It's like a movie trailer.
It is a movie trailer.
You know what's amazing is I was listening to that.
My life is a movie.
Is how closely Will Howard sounds to Paul Walker. More Paul Walker from Varsity Blues than Paul Walker from Fast and the Furious.
I gotta listen to it.
And every time we take the
That's
field,
Jim Knowles.
everybody can count on you.
We got goals, man. We got all these things that we're thinking about, and they're standing in our way.
That's all right. You nailed it.
All I could imagine he's talking, I'm like, is that Lance Harbor for the West Canaan Coyotes right there?
That was weird. That is really weird.
The good news now is you can't unhear it, babe.
No, yeah. I can't unhear it. You absolutely nailed that. Does he sound like that when he's just talking?
I think so, but I'd never really put it together.
Go back earlier in the week and listen to little Will Howard. Let's see. Will Howard, how about his crazy lateral play?
That is something that I can't do. I mean, just putting the ball in harm's way.
Not as much there. What about this one?
Being the quarterback, you kind of have that responsibility.
No, it's just
when he's like serious talk. Yeah. It's when he locks in.
Yeah.
It's full on Lance Harbor, West Canaan Coyotes. We're in the locker room, ready to go.
That's a great pull.
See, I'd never noticed that before. I heard that. I was like, who is that?
Yeah.
Just closed my eyes. I'm like, dude, that's
Paul.
It's Paulie. Before he tore his knee up and then ultimately his untimely demise. But yeah, that's good. I'm sure he can get back into Paul mode. That might be some of his. I'll be like, lean in on it, Lance Harbor. Let's go.
I gotta listen to it again.
And every time we take the field, everybody can count on you.
You know what? We got goals, man. We got all these things that we're thinking about, and they're standing in our way.
Yeah.
Last night I was lying in bed.
Yeah.
We were beating Bangville 49-0.
That's pretty astonishing.
Oh, yeah.
Good pull.
It's only when he comes in serious. When you just have that casual conversation.
Yeah, doesn't sound like Paul.
I'm excited for those guys, though.
3 keys to a Buckeye victory, Bob. 7:30 tomorrow evening. First primetime game of the Horseshoe. I know a lot of new Ohio State Buckeyes, Quinshon Judkins especially, saying, listen, I've never played in front of a home crowd like that. It was terrific. Like, that was a day game. This is going to be a night game. It's a little bit different. So, Western Michigan tomorrow. Got the Broncos coming into town.
Horseshoe, Broncos foot.
PJ Fleck.
There you go. I think everybody wants the offense to get cleaned up a little bit. Well, obviously, they start faster, complete the balls you need to complete. Make sure the guys they're catching them. It's not on him. I mean, he did a good job. maybe not make that crazy play, get the offensive line rolling a little bit, get that run game juiced up. If Donovan Jackson plays, I think that'll help a lot.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think my first key as well is continued growth amongst the offensive line and just to see and being comfortable in this offense. Listen, it takes a little bit of time to get acclimated. You haven't played against anybody all year. That was your first game out. It's not a finished product. Jump from week 1 to week number 2 is going to be substantial, I think, for that offensive line group as they become more cohesive.
I'm excited to see this defense with Cody Simon out there now, assuming I think he's on track to play, and how that defensive rotation looks with the linebackers with him. The young players played great last week. I want to see them continue to play great because there was really no discernible drop-off as they substituted later in the game.
Don't underestimate Western Michigan, too. I mean, they had Wisconsin pretty close to – I mean, they had them on the ropes for sure. And then what ended up happening, Bob, was a punt, and ball went off of a Western Michigan player. Wisconsin jumped on it. They scored a touchdown, and then Western Michigan went for it on 4th down. They got the ball in short field. So, yeah, it says 28-14 on the scoreboard, but that game was pretty close. Don't underestimate your opponent coming in here. That would be my week two key.
And, the last piece of it is, let's have it wrapped up by halftime. Mm-hmm. It doesn't need to be like last week where, you played well going into half, but let's play well the whole first half so that they'll be able to get some of these young guys a lot of experience in the second.
Yeah, third key to victory for me is be fast, be physical, be violent, right? I mean, we saw that against Akron last week on the defensive side of the football. Not only that, they were explosive too. 3 turnovers, the pick by Denzel, and then, of course, the two touchdowns being had by Lathan Ransom on the scoop and score and Gabe Powers. Fast, physical, violent, explosive, I think, is a key to this Buckeye defense, Bob, as they continue their journey. What is hopefully the best defense in the country. Before we get out of here today, our fan poll at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. What will be the outcome of Ohio State's game against Western Michigan? Buckeyes by 1-18, Buckeyes by 19-37, Buckeyes by 38+, or Broncos win?
What happened to my poll with Art Modell and Brutus,
Judas,
Benedict Arnold, Judas, biggest trader in the history of the world,
Sharky, your vote is for Art Modell, correct?
No, I would go with Judas.
And then Art?
But that had to happen.
Close second.
Yeah, close second for Art. I think
said the Browns had to move so that the new Browns could be born and they could win their own Super Bowl.
And that's worked out well.
Go on your own journey. Hey, game number 1 for you guys this week, Shark. By the way, leading percentage on the vote getters. 53% for 19-37, 44% by 38+. Okay. There's a fine line in there, too, if you know what we're talking about.
Check the scores.
Bob, I had so much fun this week. What do you say we reconvene on a Big Reaction Monday if they allow us? You good with that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Everybody have an awesome day. Uncle Bo and the boys are up next. We're back live tomorrow morning. Not tomorrow morning. I won't be here. Bob won't be here. Shark won't be here.
You'll be here tomorrow, though.
Tomorrow evening. Actually, it'll be Sunday morning when I talk to you at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Everybody have a great weekend. We're back on Monday. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here in the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching crews clear up a crash on I-71 northbound, just past the 71-270 split on the south side. They're blocking the right shoulder. Watch for slow-moving traffic going northbound right over there. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
This is a Fan Action Update.
What a start to the NFL season as the Chiefs win and cover by a tippy-toe over the Ravens. Game goes over by 1 of the closing line of 46. Tonight, it's the Packers and Eagles. Green Bay is 29 as an underdog against the spread since 2019. Philly is 17-27 against the spread in road or neutral games since 2019. The Eagles are a 2.5-point favorite in Brazil tonight. For your action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Hey, welcome to IKEA's complete sleep event. Don't miss dreamy offers on sleep essentials.
I've tried carrying sheep, but keep losing track.
We've got you. IKEA family members save 15% off your purchase of $300 or more on select sleep comfort items. Check out comforters, pillows, and mattresses for all sleep styles, and so much more.
Ooh, can't wait.
You shouldn't. Go to IKEA-USA.com/bettersleep or visit your local store today. Offer valid August 7th through September 10th, U.S. only. See store and IKEA-USA.com for full details and eligible items. Restrictions apply.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Guys, listen up. How many of you out there have been diagnosed with sleep apnea?
Maybe your partner can't tolerate your snoring every single night. You can't stand your CPAP machine. I get it. But there are alternatives to the CPAP machine, and Dr. Mark Levy is here to change your sleep and your life. Trust me, your spouse will thank you later. Dr. Mark Levy can customize an oral appliance that opens your airways, helps you breathe better, and stops your snoring. What a concept. It's quick, comfortable, and an alternative to those bulky, loud CPAP machines you always hear about. For over 15 years, Dr. Mark Levy has led the way when it comes to treating snoring and sleep apnea, and he has a track record to prove it. If you're snoring and not sleeping, you need to call Dr. Mark Levy's office today. And as the end of the year approaches, a lot of people have exceeded their medical deductibles, which means less out of pocket for you. Don't delay. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. Or you can visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com.
Mega Millions! The Ohio Lottery Mega Millions jackpot is up to $740 million. So I'm shouting it from my rooftop. Go play Mega Millions today. Then help me get down. And don't miss out on the excitement of Keno with 300 draws every day. Pick your numbers. Pick your wagers. Keno is always fun. Your way.
Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions.